really need to discuss is what happened last session in D&D.
Is this a session that I did a ton of memes with that I can recall? I did not.
There was a lot of fighting last session, if you do recall.
Combat.
It was mostly combat.
There was
revelations at the end.
Y'all delved into the tomb of Success League.
The terrible tyrant.
Oh, right, the blood moon rose, so some of us got some of that danger. Sislekiel, Sissipants. Sissipants was teleporting all over the board, hitting us with some ray eyes and almost getting mummy cursed. So that was good. Trey almost died. We have a new person, Tyra. Tura.
Like terrestrial, but with an A instead of estrial.
Okay. Tura joined the battle. More fighting. Melia went down. I remember that. Yep. And then we killed the mummy. Melia woke up. Was not Melia.
I knocked you out.
Yeah, the second time.
Oh.
You knocked her the
You
fuck
forgot
out.
about that.
I forgot about that.
Turia's like, I'm not dealing with this shit. This shit's too wild for my taste. I'm just going to take like a rain check. So she went out. Alfred said something bad to
just one thing.
Just a couple of things. Bixus is like, I really don't want to hear this, so she hits snooze button on Melia, knocking her out.
I mean,
and yet again,
I just entangled you at first and walked away, and then you started talking shit, and I was like, you know, and I made sure I had another heal spell in case it went really bad.
Muscle wizard cast.
And then, and then for the second time in like a week, Melia woke up tied, bound, and gagged. Except this time the gag was new, but definitely not the binding. So she enjoyed the last part of the session.
Actually, like the second time in 2 days.
2 days. Oh fuck.
Man, I must have been drinking heavily because I do not recall any of that happening.
Oh no.
Now I also was drinking at that point. I had this huge bougie ball at the time. So
I remember bougie ball. Yes.
yeah. And that's not the right word.
Mm-hmm.
But the buggy ball is the downfall of many adventures. You know what I'm talking about, right?
And orange.
The BOGO ball.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's a buzz ball.
So much sugar in those.
But buggy ball is good too.
Oh, the buggy ball. Oh fuck.
Buggy the clown would be proud of you, Rachel.
It's extra flashy.
And then y'all came out of the tomb and started talking to each other. Finally.
We talked about friendships and, bonds that break us and bonds that tie us up.
About the previous attempt on Lord Gooter Curl's life.
Oh, right. Openly planning to kill a lord.
He deserves it.
She was telling us about a sage at the monastery of Ebenreach.
Oh yeah, I did say that, didn't I?
Uh-huh. Sure did.
And yeah, that we could go there for more information for the revenge plot.
Oh,
I'm
are
not
we?
mistaken.
Let's do that. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Where did I write that down?
I have to make a hand for one hooky.
Well, you have time now, because, despite what the HP totals look like right now, I felt like you guys took a lot more damage.
Because we got 17 hit points back from Ben, didn't we?
Oh, that's right.
Everyone?
You did Prayer of Healing. Oh, okay, that makes way more sense. Okay.
Oh, I'm so good. I didn't get any of that
I
healing.
didn't even get hit. I'm not rubbing it in.
Bixus and I were hiding in the corner. Don't hit us.
I remember more people almost being dead in that fight.
It was only 2.
because it was Trey and Malia. And then
Yeah,
one other
I think everyone else was pretty good.
Zyzerus went down in that fight too.
I was very close.
Oh,
I was down to 3 HP.
Yeah, no,
So
don't gaslight me.
No, yes. You very thoroughly almost.
I almost TPK'd you.
This is the girl boss campaign. Okay.
He didn't even use one of his 3 resources.
Girl
he was
boss,
fine.
gaslight. What's the third G?
No, it's gatekeep, gaslight,
That's
girl
what it is.
boss.
There you
Gaslight,
go.
gatekeep, girl boss.
There
Oh
you
wait,
go.
it's gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. I feel like you're girl bossing me right now, Summer.
Mhm. I am not, because it goes like in alphabetical order based on the thing. It's gas,
okay.
and then gate, and then girl.
Okay.
And
Thank
it sounds
you.
more pleasing, and except if you like
Phonetically correct.
say it that way.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Plus, ladies first is so old-fashioned. Fuck the patriarchy. We go last.
I mean, if there's food involved, I'd rather go.
And there's
first.
food
That's how feminism is applied.
That's not it?
I don't think that's quite it.
I mean,
Nice
that's
try,
how
though.
radical feminism is applied, but
Oh God, I remember I had to read about radical feminism in one of my classes. I'm like, can you just stop talking for a minute and can we not? No? Yes?
I only want to hear about the good waves of feminism, please.
Anyway, so about that talking turtleneck.
He's still there. He's just chilling. He's just chilling right there. So yeah, you all can return to the bar. You can hang out by the statue of Suzuki. You all are free to do as you please. Trey and Bindu are gonna go back to the bar and drink.
So they're going to run into
drink?
the bar?
Bindu doesn't drink. Bindu's gonna watch Trey drink.
That's
Bindu
good.
drinks.
He needs supervision.
What are the rest of you gonna do now that you have survived?
Apologize to Vixen because I really want a friend.
Good luck. Good luck with that.
You did mention something about your soul. Like you did
Yes.
start to open up about things. So you did start an apology.
Yeah.
The sun has set, so it's starting to get a little cold here in the forest because you guys spent all day getting here, and then as the sun was setting, decided to go tomb robbing. So here you stand. Though as you watch Bindu walk off with the robe of the abbot around his shoulders, you do feel a sense of accomplishment.
We never looked in here.
I mean, just
That's
seeing
what
him
the
walk
bone
away
number
is a
came
sense
out
of
of.
accomplishment, you know? Ah, do you get that? Do you get it?
hate to watch him go, love to watch him leave.
Yes.
If you whistle, he might turn around so you get a last glance at his abs, though.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Cat calling.
The wind blows through the trees, blows the robes a little bit, revealing that tight ass.
Oh, yes.
So this is a pretty cool rock.
Was
I
that
mean, aren't
from-
all rocks the same or something? Or...
was that from
No, this one grants you the ability to talk telepathically with someone else.
Didn't Malia already do that with the turtle?
I
He's
did
quite
do that with the
curious.
turtle, actually.
Oh.
Off the top of my head, I have 3 ideas. 1, I could use this to make my chair move on its own. 2, I could give it to Hooky so that way he can command a gauntlet that it can actually open and close because I'm a good Samaritan. And 3, perhaps something to do with Melia. And he just looks at Melia and gives her, tries to give her a knowing glance. I don't know if that would help.
Okay, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Will this? Okay.
Didn't Melia tell everybody
Yeah,
what
she
her
just.
deal
She
was
did.
last
She
session?
did, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
That's out in
Yeah,
the
she
open
Yeah,
did.
too now.
Jethro is still going to keep the secret, even though it's in the
Okay,
open.
I was just double checking after you did that. I was like, wait a minute.
No.
Yeah.
No, I know it's out in the open, but Jethro said he would not reveal a secret, so he's not going to speak it.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Thank you for being.
We might be able to use this in conjunction with some of the wards that you were looking at. And we might be able to, perhaps devise some form of contraption that would link Alfred to the crystal and not you. I don't know. It would take experimentation. Possibly.
No, that's fantastic. Yes, let's go with the third option. I think we can all agree, like, third option is the best, right? Third option. New girl, third option. Pixis, yes. I see you nodding. Yes, no.
I
Third
feel like
option.
I'm being finger gunned.
Sorry,
Is
I'm
that
reading
what you
about
want,
it.
Malia?
I hear him talking all the time. I kind of want a little bit of a rest, and of course, what you've seen whenever I lose myself, I kind of don't want that to happen. And I don't know how he fights at all. Well, I don't think that you'll be very good at it. You've never picked up anything in your life. What am I supposed to do with that? I don't know. You were saying?
Well, perhaps, maybe, I don't know if this would work, but perhaps if you attune to this, it would give Alfred a different ear to speak to. Because it works telepathically, so perhaps he would be able to just talk to the crystal and reverberate his words back to himself, which I think he would prefer. At least it would give you temporary relief, maybe.
Are you offering the crystal to her at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, Melia is going to reach out for that. One ear, or one finger is plugging one ear, and her shoulder is plugging up the rest because Alfred is just screaming at her inside her head at this point. Thank you so much. Don't exactly know what's going on, but he's not happy with it, so I think that's a good thing. I'm going to attune to it. Thank you. Thank you, Bixis. Really sorry for what he said in my body. Thank you.
So you're gonna put your brother in a crystal?
Ah, don't worry. He's a selfish asshole. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
I don't think it would be as simple as that. I think more of giving a different outlet for her brother to talk to instead of to Melia herself. Because he'd be able to communicate with something on the outside without taking over Melia's body, perhaps.
Well, that seems ideal. That was very nearly a disaster.
It was, yes.
Yes, if we could avoid you doing that, it would be most beneficial for everyone.
Pixies will approach Melia, and so you say he's talking to you all the time.
Yes, occasionally, yes. Yes.
And he can
Especially if you've
hear all of our conversations that are happening.
I believe so, yes. The seeing part is a bit wonky at times from what he's yelled at me before, but he can hear, yes.
Okay, good. I want him to hear this very clearly. If he continues to act the way he has been, in the times I've seen him, and speak to these members the way he has, I promise you I will find a way to rip his soul out of your body just so I can kill him myself. And I will try to not let you be the middleman. But I make no promises. And she's going to cast Healing Word on you, Melia.
Yay!
For 5.
Minimum amount of healing. How does that make you feel?
I mean, we're on the right track. to
Very
friendship.
threatening healing.
That's the nicest thing Bixies has ever done for Melia, so don't ruin this.
Yeah, shut up.
I'm
Thank
only
you.
threatening to
I
kill half
suppose.
of you, while also minimally healing you. It's good.
Thank you.
I am sorry
He
you're
will-
stuck in this situation. I was unaware. However, my actions would not have changed. So, if he wants to have a chance of staying alive, he better start to shape up. At least while he's present in your body, because he's gonna learn that he's going to need friends.
Yes. Of course, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Poor Amelia, she's like, I don't know what the fuck happened.
I don't think we're enemies anymore, Valeris. I think this is a good start. Very good start.
And
Oh, good job. Good step forward.
Good forward. Good start.
Yes, precisely. We should all be on the right foot forward.
damn it, Jethro. I'm going to and she's just gonna like not finish that sentence and walk away from Amelia because she doesn't have anything else to say to you and she doesn't know how to end this conversation.
Fair enough. Well, I'm going to go back to my kitchen and finish up a potion I've been working on, but if you guys need any other help before you get yourself killed, feel free to come get me if you need anything. And, of course, I'm always down for some lord-killing revenge. Just keep me posted on whether that's something you want to do.
I would actually be interested in talking more with you about the things that had happened and perhaps figure out what it was that went wrong. So maybe if we were to attempt it again, it wouldn't go wrong.
Yes, I know now some of the mistakes I made, and can only imagine at the multitude I could make if I went in again unprepared, so any help would be very, very much appreciated.
I look forward to it.
Well, come along then. I'll show you my kitchen. I can introduce you to my herbs.
Sounds pleasant. I do love a good herb. I will follow Tura to the kitchen.
Let's go.
Cool. What are the rest of you doing?
So, Jethro, I hate to be a bit of a stick in the mud, but if we're not planning on collecting that bounty on the pirate, and unless we're planning on selling the artifacts that we found inside of here, I'm not entirely sure how we're planning on funding the next trek of our little escapade.
Yes. Personal emotions are clouding everything. We need to proceed. It seems like there might have been a misunderstanding with the local guard. The Scully seems to be a relatively good person. Maybe a little gruff around the edges, but I think it's just a misjudge of character. And it sounds like this Earl is out to clean up ruffians, where this whole town is filled with ruffians. As a matter of...
Certainly seems more like he's encroaching upon them than the other way around.
As far as I understand, Pondhaven has been this way for many generations. So to come in and try to clean up the spaces trying to erase the heritage of those that lived there. I don't think that's very wise or right. As far as financing, I don't know how to proceed. Zazaris, I wish I had a better answer for you, but I don't want to turn him in because he seems like a very nice individual.
You all hear the wind blow through the trees.
As we look for
Just
Binder's
throwing our
abs.
lot with
It's feeling.
trying to take down the Lord.
You can start to feel the chill of the mountain air on you as you're just hanging out here on the steps of this temple.
I don't know if just throwing all of our eggs in the single basket of taking down a lord, that's not going to finance our goals and our quest that we have been set upon.
And you agree it would be the most logical course of action to probably rob this lord while we're there. After all, if we're going to look forward at our treks, we are planning eventual travels to other locations in the country, and it's sure to be even more expensive. And so if we're going to be overthrowing him anyways, it would only make sense to lighten his coffers.
I personally would not be opposed to that. No. It's like in the Adventures of Johnny Thunder. He brought in a captive that was supposed to be bad, but it was a friend of his. And once he was in jail, he collected the bounty and then subsequently broke him out. So that way all good deeds were done, and he got paid for the act in the meantime. Perhaps that's something we can do. Perhaps stage a fake bring in and extraction.
I like the sound of that. Definitely something to put a pin in, making use of everybody's thought process on this one. I like where your mind's at, Jethro.
If we can avoid raising suspicion before we get to the Lord, because I don't think any of us like this Gutherkel, then proceeding as close to the law as possible would be in our best interest. But I'm not above bending those strings in order to do what is right.
I mean, if there are more pirates that could be interested in this venture as well, we should. But might not do so well to side with the law if we've got numbers on our side.
Yes, pirates breaking out one of their own. Who's to say? It's not our business, we've just collected on a bounty, right?
But tell you what, I find I'm a bit more creative once I've had a little bit of liquor flowing through me. Why don't we make our way back to Turt and join some of our comrades and see if we might be able to come up with something together. I think most definitely we should inquire into that Tira woman's services, or at the very least, hear about the specifics of how she got in and out of that place.
Yes, precisely.
Side note, we did go to my kitchen. Where exactly is everything, Nick? Like, the two people went to the bar, which apparently is a thing. I don't know where that is in this scenario. And then we're going to my kitchen, which I'm imagining would be on board the ship.
Yeah, it's right next to
So,
the
like,
bar.
I'm just wondering where...
There's not much space up on Turtle.
The ship
here.
is the turtle, is it not?
Yeah.
It's a giant fucking turtle.
General same vicinity of each other.
Oh, okay, cool. I see it now.
Like
a 60-foot turtle, right?
Sorry, let me help you. down here is Turts.
Right. The Turks. Got it.
Turts.
Not Turks. No K. It's 2 T's, like turtles.
Nope, totally
It's
joking.
one
Nick
T.
just hates it.
It's right here. Literally written on the
Gotcha.
fucking turtle.
You can't see the U because it looks
Her
like an
leg
I,
is
'cause
covering
it's
up the
annoying.
second T.
Get out of here.
Sorry, I forgot I'm not allowed to tease Nick. I'm gonna pull it back.
We're playing serious here, Evie.
My bad.
No, you're not. No, they're not. Don't let them fool you. I'm playing serious. They're not. That's why people keep almost dying.
Hey.
No.
We have such low HP right now. That's not fair.
You're right. I shouldn't
I
throw.
would
No,
like to
you
say
just-
There's another assassin. Oh wait.
it was not my
Yes,
fault.
go after
talking
the
about
one in the
side.
wheelchair. I tell you.
Sorry, I'm interrupting. You guys were in character, and I took you out. I apologize for that.
No, I did that. I did that because I didn't know what the logistics
Meanwhile-
were. That was my bad.
A snake man and a wheelchair guy comes up onto the turtle.
You do all smell that that smell of the mountain air right before it begins to rain, and you can kind of hear the distant rumbling of thunder.
Ooh, spooky.
As you all come aboard, Turts! And the captain
this-
welcomes you back aboard, Big C's, and says, what was all that commotion about? You look a little... Well, some of you look a little worse for wear.
We woke up a dead Yanti, but it's dead now.
Excuse me?
It's dead now. For real.
She, like, looks over at you, Tura. Like, for real, for real?
I mean, yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
It wasn't that bad. We're fine.
Maybe warn me before you go upsetting ancient Yuan-Ti tombs that I'm parked right next to, and let me move.
You know, if I would have had the heads up, I would have. Yes, I was unaware, and then I was in it, and so I apologize for potentially putting you and your crew in danger.
That being said, pretty impressive. Good job. Round of drinks for our what? Tomb robbers? What do we call you?
Oh no, we're not.
What is this? Your little band of adventurers called?
No. You're making us pick a team name.
People who almost lost a fight right outside the boat? Is that too long? Maybe an acronym. Tura is gonna start pouring out drinks.
And if you forgot, this is the captain. I don't know if I hit show
Hey.
when I pulled
You
it up.
And
Okay,
what a
cool.
fine
You did.
captain she is.
She's a great captain.
Super fun.
Mm-hmm.
I follow her many places.
I appreciate the scroll work on our blend of us.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's in the books.
I don't know what our team name is. I am not ready for that. We
Really
are.
proud.
Spicy feet.
No!
No.
Ah.
we.
Bindu's abs? Is that too on the nose?
Ooh.
We're all
There can only be one Bindu ab.
Doing
And
it
it's
for
on
the
Bindu.
dad.
Bindu and the abs.
been doing the app.
We're the abs. Yes. That's the placeholder.
Do I look like an ab?
Do I look like? You know, I had something to say, and I'm not gonna say it.
Now, come on, roll. friends here.
We are just a
Right.
group
did.
of random childhood friends that recently got back together, and we're traveling now. So no, we're not. You know, we don't have a cool name. We're not super close. We're just. It's like a weekend holiday type situation. We just happen to all get together and are traveling along the same path.
And you're planning on starting a revolution with these people?
You know?
With-
when better? Who better to do it with than people who can take out dead snake people sleeping in their graves?
Revolution, revenge, these
You're not
ideas,
gonna,
they're
you know-
very, very close.
We've already eliminated one tyrant. How hard can another one be?
Yeah, see? You know, it's just a matter of perspective. So, you know, we don't need a... Yeah, we just... You know, we didn't really come up with a nickname on our travels yet. We're all kind of part of different clans, and we're slowly coming together. It's new. It's new. Okay, but, like, I trust... and she's gonna point over to Trey. I trust them. I trust them. As Trey's probably
And,
drinking himself under the table.
Well, you're welcome on board my boat tonight. Enjoy the spoils of your victory. Huzzah!
Oh god.
Can we all do clinks?
Yes.
Tara holds up her drink and says, to tomb raiding and murdering.
Huzzah!
Okay, yeah, okay, huzzah.
To
Just
doing what is right.
Yeah, that fits too, yes. She'll clink again.
Our math is different, but the answer's the same.
No, the math checks out.
So, let's see. I'm sorry. I know your name isn't Mushi. Vixus.
Big sis.
How come you to join this group of traveling rebels?
Well, that's a story. So, in this particular happenstance, we are traveling to New Anderhorst and around the entire continent. What's it called? Place? Land? All of the lands.
I call it the land.
All of
I
the land.
believe.
To hopefully reignite the eternal flame. That's our end game here. It's a bit of a interesting slope. How the thing of all hope and life that united this world somehow falls into the hands of us because we talk to crystals. So that's fun. That's fun. Sometimes you
How
just
did
stumble into
the
things.
eternal flame? How did the eternal flame go out?
That is still a good question that we do not have the answers for, but we just know that it's possible to get reignited if we figure out how. So we are going to...
And you have figured that out, I'm assuming?
Well, we know that there is a way, and we know that it takes time and adventuring and probably a lot of killing because nothing in my life hasn't involved that. So this probably involves that too. I think, the crystal spoke of some sort of, what was it, like 6 or there's a lot of things, like it's interesting how this thing tells you to do something and they don't really have a plan. It's kind of like like when you start to face a new monster and you don't really know exactly what you're getting into until you get into it, because it's not like there's books or anything on it, because it's a new beast and you just know that something bad is happening, and if you don't do something, no one else will. So it's just like one of those situations where it's like, you don't know what you're doing completely, but you also know that you're one of the only people that will do something, and so you can't really not do anything because you kind of lived your whole life making sure that you did the right thing and protected people around you. And if you were given the option to protect the people around you, like for instance, all of the land, you just you kind of got to take those chances, even though you have no idea what you're doing. If you don't take the chance, who else will? Especially when the crystals only talk to you and your childhood friends here, that half of them were friends and half of them weren't friends and half of them are dead and half of them are spirits. So here we are, just killing dead creatures from their tombs to steal their clothing, and talking to crystals. And, I haven't really completely wrapped my head around it yet until I said it out loud right now. And,
So
Is
it's
gonna
just
is
hard
like
to think
stopped
of
with
an
her eyes really wide, and she's got like a drink halfway to her lips, and she's like not moving, just staring during this entire thing. And then she goes, "Well, that's quite an endeavor. I don't know that I was expecting all that, but I guess I wish you guys luck. Eternal flame. That sounds like kind of an impossible task." And then she's gonna swig back the rest of her drink.
Yep, I'm gonna take a couple drinks too, and just kind of look to anyone else.
Sorry, was that Lucas or who did I cut off a little bit?
I was just gonna say, like, so you can understand why it's a bit difficult for us to think of some sort of a name that sort of encompasses all of that. It's a bit of a lot.
Yeah.
Well, if I may make a suggestion, the flaming six-pack.
Are there 6 of us?
That
Does
was the
work
best
out
laugh.
perfectly?
I love that so much.
I hate that. I
Holy
like that.
fuck.
I know! Because it's like, oh fuck, that's really good.
Was the ambiance? Is it
Who's
raining?
making the
ambiance?
t-shirts?
Yes, I did make it start raining. As you do notice that it has begun to rain.
Why is this? This weather is making me
So loud.
Oh, did I make it up really loud?
It wasn't loud
No.
for me.
I did realize that I had my volume up because I normally have it off for Roll20.
Oh,
And I was just like,
I
what
was
the
like, I
fuck
could
is that?
barely hear it, so I was like turning it up.
I can't hear it at all. Maybe I have my sound off here too.
I went down a rabbit hole, so I've ignored the whole conversation, which is on track for Jethro.
This is in the books.
You say group names, and now I'm looking at a bunch of group
We
names.
could be a New Hope, just like Star Wars. That's gay. I like Flaming
Even if you guys come up with one that's gonna be better, I feel like we'll never forget the flaming
We'll never
six-pack.
forget
So
the
maybe
Flaming
just
Six-Pack. It is gay.
that works for me. That's all I need. So, Zizarus, is it?
Cyzeris. You can call me Z.
Cyzeris. Oh, I see. Z, that's much easier. How come you to be in the party?
Well, a long time ago, when we were all kids, we made a promise to the Flame Keeper that we would help to keep the flame burning. And now that all the rest of them have been exterminated, it seems, like it's a kind of up to us to get to the truth about what actually happened to them.
I think it's fantastic that you guys make these pledges as children and are still following through on them now. I mean, not everyone's childhood goals get accomplished. It's true, but I wish you all the best.
I think we've all had our flights of fantasies as children that we've all had to come to grow out of.
Yes, life is definitely not a fairy tale. AKA Nick traumatized us all.
You guys wrote the stories.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I wrote my own tragic backstory.
There's no trauma here, only existence.
Just because I
Yes,
made
well-
you play it out and you went, oh, that's dark, is not my fault.
But Nick, that's traumatic.
Oh,
Why would you do that to us?
you did it to yourself.
Oh, no.
Trauma bonding is bonding.
Oh my god. No regrets. Sorry, guys. Didn't you have fun though? But did you die?
Kinda.
I mean, one of her relatives did.
Also, Summer did. Summer did die. Don't forget that part.
I did die. Yeah.
Like dead.
Don't worry,
Like
Grandma
actual
saved
dead.
you.
So yes.
Right,
yes.
Grandma saved me. Yeah.
Summer,
She
what did
would
you
have
see?
if you weren't so impatient.
Well, I mean, if I did let her revive me, then I wouldn't have a cool branch wand.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That can do this.
But look what I got.
But look what I got.
Does Valeris know what it does?
I mean, you have not really tested it, and you have not had Jethro identify it.
Oh, what is it? Wait, what is
No,
it?
don't go to Jethro.
Or Bindu.
Why not Jethro?
Because he'll never
Yeah, why not Jethro?
drop it.
That was sarcasm.
Oh.
Wait,
Because
what
he's
is
such a gossip.
He is.
Well, I mean, Bindu is like tied to the god of magic, so you know, if you want to go to him, I understand.
He's got the six-pack.
He does have the six-pack.
Actually,
He's also not here.
yeah. Could I make an Arcana check to see if she knows? Perhaps that what it could do potentially.
Sure.
It could boop people.
Oh.
on the snoot.
It could do a whole lot of... I mean, the possibilities to you seem endless.
And this is the wand, right? What is it?
Yeah, it's like a crystal branch, or I guess twig if it's a wand.
Sure. Branch. I called it a branch. I find wands can be branches. Is the Elder Wand not a branch?
I think it's a piece of a branch.
A branch. A twig. Can Melia look at it? I mean, I won't be able to give you
Is
any answers.
Valeris holding it out and talking about this? You'd have to ask
No, she's
Valeris.
just kind of
Is my answer to you.
She's like kind of lounging against the bar, like a drink in one hand, and she has that wand in her other hand, just kind of examining it.
As we reminisce about our deaths.
Melia's by Valeris. We're buddies, right? We're buddies, please.
I mean, they traveled for 4 years, so I sure hope they're buddies.
I sure fucking hope we are, because I can't play another campaign where we're enemies. What you got there? A twig of some sort? What is it?
I mean, I suppose. I imagine that it has some sort of magical quality. It glowed while we were in the tomb. And she'll hand it over to Melia.
Oh, cool, a twig.
I mean, I've had it for 10 years, and it hasn't done anything until now, so...
Well... can she make an Arcana check? It's not gonna work, but I kind of want to try.
Are you proficient in Arcana?
Absolutely not.
Then,
-1, baby.
then absolute fucking no.
Gonna do a medicine.
How do I have better Arcana than you do?
You have more
Uh,
intelligence.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. Well, good news, Valeris.
Can I just show you the picture
it's
and not
definitely
show
a
you the
stick.
text? I don't think I can.
Shush, stick.
You have to put the text on the DM box.
Yeah, but I already have it in there for summer, so I don't want to mess it up.
The new.
You could take a copy and paste it.
Sorry,
in
what did you
Discord.
say, Rachel?
Oh, it's a stick.
Very, very observant of you. You're so smart.
Thank you. I try to be.
There you go.
I don't know why, but I
There it
thought-
is. Oh,
maybe
that's
it's
much
sudden.
cooler than I remember it being.
Oh!
Cool.
Because I found
when
a
you
cool
guys-
picture for it.
Would you like,
What
You know-
got there?
Valeris
We're all like,
crystals
"Ooh,
are
shiny."
kind of my thing. Did you
yeah.
know
We
that
were
I
just
had a
discussing how
crystal
broke
stabbed
you are.
into my
Yes.
spine once?
I
we
did
will-
know that. In fact, I was there.
I was there twice. Each
It's been 20 years, and you'd think you would have let us forget it by now.
Well, you all didn't talk to me for so long, so I had to bring it back up.
Oh,
You
the
didn't write me
shade.
once.
Two.
Trey sent you a letter or two.
I just
Bullshit.
didn't.
Yeah, well,
I
he said
didn't
he
want
did,
to
that's all.
get that amethyst going into your back again and again, so I didn't write.
He sent it to Jethro Tull, not Jethro Veloxy. When he was drunk. He never sent it to the right person.
No, we've all been
Villers will
thinking
handle
tall whenever
one.
we see Jethro.
Every time. Every single time.
Oh, it's
He
definitely
said it.
not a stick. It is a rock.
But she'll pass it over to Jethro. I mean, if you think it has, some kind of potential, have a go at it, my friends.
If you are
Friends.
proficient
Yes.
in Arcana, I will allow you to make an Arcana check.
Yeah. I'll do that first just because I know I'm badass. Watch this fail.
I believe in you.
Oh shit, 23.
Oh
Let's go.
shit!
It might be my best skill.
This boy knows crystal.
Jethro, this this like thing that you're holding is wild because you can feel it kind of pulling on the magic that like you hold like in your body, and you can feel this thing almost like leeching that magic from you as you're like holding on to it. And it seems to be storing energy inside of it.
Interesting.
Well, if you just... might I have a moment with this item?
What are you gonna
Just a little
do
bit
with it?
longer.
Knock yourself out.
Don't actually.
I might just...
And he goes over to a post and he ties a cable around it and ties it to his wheelchair just in case.
I don't want to fall off the turtle.
And he's going to cast Identify on this thing. I'm going to do a quick cast because I got the spell slot for it.
Yeah, that makes sense, because you don't want to be touching this thing for 10 minutes, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm siphoning all the magic that I possess.
Well, now I can...
So it's only
just-
1 minute. 1 minute for the quick cast.
Now I can just do this. And do this to all players.
So since I don't have the full eyes, Jethro
You
is
see it?
going to...
Yes.
Yes, I can. Jethro is going to incant 5 eyes of the sanctum to identify the magic because he doesn't have the full 7.
Oh.
Only Bendu has the full 7.
Bindu has the eyes of the 7th sanctum. This is correct.
Yep, he's seen Bindu do magic identification quite a bit, so he's gonna replicate his ability. And if you do look at Jethro, for a moment in time, it looks like his eyes are similar to Bindu's, just not as potent.
And we have yet to develop a spell list for summer, so that is
I know.
yet to come.
I have been. I've been looking and like racking my brain on spells that she would logically know because she's studied a lot of magic, but she doesn't know like the practicality of it.
Well, if you want to know the practicality of magic, come to Jethro's school.
I got a book for everything.
Arcane 101.
Perhaps it's a spell list that develops over time. When you absorb a spell, it learns the spell.
I mean, that's why I really didn't put anything on there, because I was like, we'll work it out.
Like, we could workshop it, be like, hey, you want to do a cool spell? Well, let me hit you with it.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, you can cast spells from the Warlock spell list. Which ones? Well, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about that.
Honestly, the Warlock spell list ain't too bad, so I don't think you can do too much damage with it.
It's got
It
some
really
good
is.
blastery spells on there. But if you want utility, let Jethro know.
Great for a fighter.
It also has some pretty good kind of spells that would assist a rogue.
It's just
Oh
true.
yeah.
Like invisibility, cloud
Yep.
of daggers,
Yep.
things like that.
Armor of Agathis.
Considering that you get stabbed by assassins, that's a good one. Protect yourself while dissuading others from attacking you. That's a
Protect your neck.
fantastic spell.
So Jethro will just literally list off out loud what it does to the word, and say,
Currently, it's not attuned to any particular form of magic, although some might stay within the crystalline structure of the rod, and some might merely just be absorbed and not retained. This is a wonderful use for protection, as well as offense, Valeris. This would be very good for you.
Well, that's good to know. I'll have to test it out in a safer area at some point.
Just don't stab yourself in the back.
That would be kind of hard to do.
Not as hard as you think.
he tries to wink. I don't know if Jethro can even wink. He tries.
He blinks.
Nah, he winks real good. But it's like a slow wink. It's like time is slowing down so he could get it just right.
I feel like it's like a really performed wink, like where you're just like you're literally like leaning into the person. And you're like, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he leans
Super
like super
exaggerated.
forward and
like look
a
at me,
big-
I'm winking at you.
Does he say
You
wink?
know, as a master of time, I've spent eons perfecting this wink. I had to make sure it gets out across right.
I think I saw this once.
And it just leans real forward and gives a big wink.
But there you go. What should we name this? Blue crystal branch? Wand?
I have it as Crystal Branch Wand.
I thought you guys have been saying like a ranch wand, so I would like to put in for the name as Blue Ranch Dorito wand.
Ranch Dorito.
The Dorito Wand.
Valley
Jethro,
Wand.
the ever optimist, will say,
I think that the Rod of Possibilities would be beneficial of a name for this item. You have
Ooh,
everything
that
at
is
your
a good
fingertips
name.
if you merely seek it.
That's a cool name.
I like blue stick.
Or blue stick. That's
I was
fucking cool
gonna-
too. Thank you.
I was going to propose Blue Raspberry Wand.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you-
it's like
you
a
know
Jolly
what?
Rancher kind of.
This is not something that is in recorded history. So, choose a name wisely that you want this item to be, that it might pass down through history. What? If you want to call it Cool Blue Wand Stick Thing, then go for it.
Blue horse.
Like,
I think
I mean, you could have a nickname for your tools.
I personally like the blueberry one.
Do you see?
and he holds up a tinker's tool. It's like a small little chisel. It's like,
This is Pennyworth. It is just a chisel, but this is my chisel, and its name is Pennyworth.
I think it adds a bit more to the mystery of if anyone finds it in the future that it doesn't have a name.
All things should
And
have a
then it just
name,
leaves them
Valeris.
scrambling to find out what it is.
If it has no name, it will be lost to history, as so much has in the past. That's why names are stricken from history, so they are forgotten. If you want it remembered, it must have a name.
I'll keep that in mind. And she'll take the wand back after he's done with it.
What if I don't want to give it back?
I'll have to fight
It's
you
really
for it
cool.
when I fight Dirty.
I mean,
Trippin'.
oh god, I
I'd
I'd
really
like to
wanna
see
say
you
that.
try.
I
And
really
he tries
want
to wheel
to.
away and he forgets his leash
Honestly,
and he's stuck to the
Jethro,
pillar.
like when you think about it, the more you think about it, the more you think like somebody who has magic abilities would have a hard time continually using this wand and having it on them.
Yeah, he's still trying to be playful. Little Jethro, he knows. Yeah,
Valerius,
he hands it back.
this
Yes.
can be very detrimental to spellcasters. You see, it absorbs their magical essence. That's why it's able to absorb spells and defend you. Keep that in mind in case we come across something that we can't stop that is casting spells. Get in close, stab at the base, at the heart of their spell-casting ability, and you might be able to absorb its power.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
All right, who's good with stitching leather? I have a hand to make. Nobody's got leather skills.
Wait, what skill?
Leather. I have to make a cuff for a stump to make a hand. Essentially a glove with no fingers. Can you help me with that?
I can attempt to help you. I have really good survival and I've had to make things out of animal hides many times.
How many drinks have you had, Bixus?
I haven't actually, you know what, we cheersed a couple times.
We've
only like a couple.
Speak up.
I'm fine. We fought a dead guy when I had more alcohol in me. We're fine. I didn't even get hit.
All right.
Yeah, you were among the uninjured.
I'll need your assistance in a little bit, Bixus.
Done.
Thank you.
I'll just finish this drink and then you let me know.
Jethro is going to seclude himself to a table on the side of the bar and start trying to craft hooky, some form of hand.
What kind of skill do you want to use for the crafting of such hand? And do you need
I think it's
like
going to be
a forge?
I think he's going to try to do it with scraps. So I'm thinking just using his tinkerer's tool. He's not going to forge anything, so it's just going to be like making a cuff out of leather. So that's just some basic sewing, and then he's going to have like some basic pulley systems with some twine and things of that nature. So
make me
tinker's
a tinkerer's
tools.
check.
All right.
Check.
What intelligence or dex or wisdom? What do you want with that?
What do you think it should be?
I want to say intelligence.
I'm okay with that.
Sweet. All right. I am proficient. I am intelligent. I'm just going to roll my arcana for that then. 18 for
18.
crafting a hand.
You are able to craft a semi-functional hand that you think will require little maintenance. Basically,
Thank you,
you can
Bixus.
fix it if you're not there.
It was magnificent sewing, if I might say. Hooky, here's a hand for you to use.
Happy to help. Happy to help.
You're saying you want to give me a hand?
Oh my god.
My
Let me
man,
see that.
if I could replace your hand, I would. But you're already whole. This is just a little extra.
and he slips it on and buckles it tight, so that way it tightens up. And you pull on this lever, and it will pull the strings tight and lock it into place. And then you just press this little latch here, and it'll release the claw. You'll be able to grab things and hold them in that hand.
Hey, say, that's mighty useful. So I just clink, and he like clinks it onto his glass, and then he like raises the mug up to it and takes a drink. Say, that's pretty handy.
You see,
Get it?
it
It
ratchet. It ratchets. It has a ratchet. So as you pull it, it'll get tighter and tighter. So just pull it as much as you need, and that'll hold the piece.
Hey, look, we could
press the button
ratchet
to let
this
go.
around somebody's windpipe. Just slowly crush it. I mean,
Oh, cool.
thanks.
You're very welcome, Mookie.
I definitely wouldn't do that. Do we have to be? Can we be normal around these people?
Yes, I'm. You can be normal around me. I'm not a police officer or
not a
local
cop.
law enforcement or guard.
No, but you're wearing those white robes, and some part of me always just feels like you're like gonna tell on me.
Hey,
or
just
something.
because I want to be good doesn't mean I can't be cool.
Doesn't it?
Hey,
Thank you, Tura.
I can take the hand back if you don't want it.
No, actually, now that you
Let's
mention
not-
it,
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am
for-
good
Thank
and
you
cool.
for being such
You're
a
welcome.
good guy. This is really cool of you. Thank you.
Don't be
here.
an asshole when you've got something
His
cool.
next drink is on me, Captain.
I don't drink. Thank you, though. Give it to, not Traven. He's had too much.
Well, his next drink is on. Yeah, I'm gonna take his next drink then.
Yes, take his next drink. That's the way. I like it. Good.
You know what? Fuck it. Here. He gives you like 3 gold.
Oh,
wow.
It's what
That's
I got.
like the most money I've had in so long.
Jethro, would you like me to make you some tea?
oh, I would love some. You wouldn't
Do
happen
I
to
need
have
to roll for
any
that, Nick?
mint?
No,
or
you
some cool
are
mint?
very capable of making a cup of tea.
Sweet. All right, I can do mint. I use prestidigitation to clean out a mug, and I pour some hot water over some leaves and drain it over and hand it over.
This is wonderful. Thank you, Tira.
Happy to help. Also get the sense I don't want to be on this guy's bad side. She says this as an aside to Vixis.
It could go either way.
Much like Miria.
Wait, what?
Are we allowed to make dual
I
personality
have a
jokes?
bad side. What?
Pixies will definitely drink to that one.
Oh God,
Thanks.
I got lumped in with Amelia. Something's wrong.
What? I heard my name. Am I friends?
Jethro rolls over and he's like, I'm so sorry.
So sorry
We were
for
just
what?
discussing who's buying the next round.
Oh, I'm not. No, thank you. I'd rather not. Not drinking tonight. I'm not buying.
Amelia, when you are ready to tune to the crystal, if you don't mind, I'd like to be there to make sure that nothing crazy happens.
I mean, I was going to attune to it in just a couple of minutes, but I mean, Valeris is. I think she's eyeing a pocket. I don't know, but she's in her own zone. So I'm free for the next hour. Oh, she's back.
Returning.
But
Well, if you want to, do it with her, I understand.
is there anything special I need to do with it, or
I just don't want it to backfire. I don't know how I'd be able to help, but I feel like I'd be able to help if something were to go wrong.
I mean, I'll be attuning to it as I'm up here if you want. Just
What could go wrong?
yeah, there's something that could go wrong. Well, how
You
the
know
hell
what?
am I supposed to know about it?
Nothing would go
I'm talking
wrong.
to Jethro right now.
You're going to be fine.
I'm going to be fine.
You don't need my help.
Okay. Well, it should only take an hour, right?
Yes, if you focus on it, and you have to focus on it, you have to get to the core, the soul of that crystal in order to make a bond that will last. So focus on it, give it time, preferably out of the eye shot of Bindu, so that way you can actually focus on the crystal.
I can focus when he's in the same room. Don't know what you're talking about. Shut up.
Jethro
Yes,
mage hands the cloak of Bindu just to see if Melia moves her eyes.
Shut up. Shut up. That doesn't prove anything.
Huh? Absolute focus, Melia. This is important.
I'm not a child. Okay. I don't know. I'll go somewhere outside of Bindu's eye shot or something. I'll have a buddy with me. Valeris?
Yes.
Would you like to accompany me so that way I can focus on the innermost spirituality of this little crystal in order so that I might attune to it and not be distracted by Bindu, which I totally can be undistracted when Bindu's in the room. Shut up.
Of course, lead the way.
Oh, right. Is the turtle standing? No, I kind of don't want to be underneath the turtle.
I mean, we
Off
could
to
stand
the
in like the entryway of the tomb.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What's more metal
It will
than
still be
attuning?
covered by the rain.
Yeah,
I,
what's
I
more
would
metal?
I would suggest not inside the tomb.
They're already gone.
Shit.
Oh yeah. What's more metal than attuning to something, to a crystal inside of like a sacrificial
Where
tomb?
you got it from?
Yeah,
Evil
well,
snake people? Yeah, sure.
well, oh yeah, no, that's not really metal, huh?
Well, not inside, just like underneath the arch.
You do you, boo boo.
Oh, thank you. I can never get a read on Jethro. On one hand, I'm like, he's obviously has to have a crush on someone, but then he read those books really a bit too hard. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. I'm just concerned.
You're just not good at reading people, Melia.
Look, if we're referring to that one time in Connor Rest in that one little village, that was an accident, and we both agreed we wouldn't have been able to read that guy anyway.
Oh, that I was lying to you. To make you feel better. You were really
What?
down.
What the hell? I thought we were on the
I mean,
same
you were
page
already
for a
having
month.
a bad day because, you fell into the mud. And then pretty sure you broke your bow at one point.
I did not.
You did. I heard it snap myself.
That was a tweak. You know, I don't like these accusations being thrown my way. Anyway. Sorry about not telling you about what's been going on with me for a while.
Oh, about Halifrid.
Yes.
That would have been a nice heads up.
It didn't seem important at the time. Well, it did, but I don't know. I just I get this feeling that sort like every time I go into the city, everyone's looking at me like I'm an abomination. I know people are born this way with I think two souls or something, but it just I just don't want to go around, you know? What if someone finds out and whatever I am, I'm not supposed to exist. I didn't want to get you in trouble, and also, I know how you felt about him when we were kids. He's a bit annoying, so didn't want to didn't want to put a damper on our friendship or partnership because of an extra party member.
Well, I mean, truly, the only parts that I'm concerned about. Can he really see everything that you see? Like, truly,
Comes and goes from what?
that's a little disturbing. You can't lie about that.
From what I understand, and I've been able to gather from him yelling at me, it's sort of like everything to him is a bit blurry. He can focus on some parts for a while, other parts for just a little bit, but can't really see everything completely. Hearing, though, I think he can hear everything.
See, now
Why
that makes a little more sense.
Yeah, he's not a fan of yours.
I mean, he called me a thief, but I've been called worse.
Oh,
And the truth never really hurts. I mean, this is painful truth, but being a thief, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Cheers! All the pirates cheers with you.
I just want him out of my head.
Well, hopefully we'll find a solution for that. And in the meantime, you just have to deal with his insufferable voice, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately. And you unfortunately have to deal with him whenever I'm, well, not focusing too hard on things. Hopefully he won't kill you. I don't think he will.
That would be a shame, because I believe that would mean I would have to try to at least kill you.
Yeah.
I really don't want to do that. You're a very dear friend of mine.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Speaking of friends, do you think Vixus is actually serious about that? About wanting to kill Alfred
No.
and might go through
yes.
me?
I thought you were going to say about being, like, nice to you. I mean, Vixus is nice enough. Truly.
She threatened not only to kill Alfred, but potentially kill me along the way to get to Alfred. Like, she said that she'd be careful, but I don't know. She sort of scares me in that regard.
I mean, if she tries to kill you, I will try to kill her. Although Vixus and I worked together previously, I am loyal to more than one friend. I'm not sure we're friends, though. Really. I'd say we're acquaintances.
Wait, we're acquaintances or are we friends? I kind of need to know where we sit.
Me and Vixus are acquaintances. I am your friend.
Okay, good. I'm great that we're friends. I feel like this is like an episode of Survivor where we're planning and
100%. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Why the rain is coming down? Absolutely. So what's going on back on the boat? Bixie's, Tura, what are the two of you talking about now that you're in the kitchen?
I'm explaining to them that the tricky part is that the castle is pretty much impregnable except for one thing.
Oh, that's what I want to know, yes. Yes, the one thing, please.
Well, if it didn't have that, it would be easy.
Well, it's kind of a well-kept secret in the land, as the Lord's become quite arrogant in his age. He's decided essentially that he's, untouchable. And I don't think he ever really paid attention to his schooling, because if he did, he would know the ins and outs of that castle. But he doesn't. And as I was staying in a village, after I'd fled my own, what was left of it anyway, some of the townspeople, when bribed and sufficiently motivated, will tell you that there are actually a series of tunnels that begin outside the castle, go under the castle, and take you straight into the keep. So, if you take these tunnels and you obscure your way in and your way out, you can actually come in undetected. Now, once you're inside the castle, that becomes a whole other situation, because just because you've come through the tunnels doesn't mean that the inside of the castle isn't posted with guards at every few feet. So that's exactly what got me caught. Is I underestimated the amount of guards that would be in the castle. Who puts a guard at every doorway? An asshole. Excuse me, but he's a jerk.
Yes, he's very conceited and very full of himself, and he thinks his life is worth something, which is just blows my mind. But that's nothing we can't handle. Just a guard at every door. What, there's like 30 doors, maybe 50 doors in a castle? That's just a couple men. That's nothing we haven't taken care of before.
Well, and I was thinking if there could be some sort of a distraction to get the guards to respond to the front of the castle as if the attack were there. Perhaps something could be done that way, because I think that that's what's necessary, is a distraction coupled with an incursion, coupled with him having his head on his own spike.
We need the circus! It works so well.
Pixies doesn't know who those people
I
are.
know. Amanda's like, wow, the circus people would be perfect.
Cyzaris, you know of such a distraction, right?
Did you know of
I mean, I suppose I could cause a distraction. Or two,
Cyzaris doesn't know that
depending
they're
on
on
how long you need.
Oh, that's right. You left before that happened, right?
Oh no, Cyzaris wasn't part of that. But still.
I'm sure you've heard a story or something.
No, because they didn't even take credit for it. They just did
He's a
this and-
bard. He's got to heard a story about something somewhere.
Oh,
That's a good point, actually.
that's fair. Of his circus troupe.
It doesn't have. It has to be a circus troupe. It doesn't have to be his.
It was his, though. It was his.
You don't know when it happened.
Look, guys,
Canonically.
just okay. Never mind. No, we're not calling a circus.
I do,
Just
but I'm
think
just
it's
not
cool.
telling anyone.
Yeah, no, I think a distraction on the outside to draw forces out of the castle or away from the doors would be a very smart move. And then, you know, if we could get in, take care of things, and then get out as quickly as possible.
Well, the beauty of it is once their lord is dead, the likelihood that the troops continue to fight on goes down dramatically. So, in many senses, the castle may be ours, or at the very least, ours for long enough to be able to take back the people's wealth and return it to them.
The
And make sure
captain
that
walks over and picks up like a bottle from behind the bar next to you, Tura. She like grabs the cork out with her mouth and spits it out, takes a drink, and says, "You know, your best bet," and she like swigs a little of the drink onto you, Bixes, "is to probably catch him outside of his damn castle. You know, he travels sometimes, goes places. Your best bet is probably to catch him when he's out versus storming his keep. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a pirate." Ah!
Very
Captain,
well
are you-
learned, pirate. Good job, Captain.
I mean, catching him while he's out would be good too. But that information of the keep is incredibly useful, because if we take care of him and then we take over the keep, but also, I think
It
it's
is to trying to catch him outside his castle, but I don't know if we would be able to know that with any certainty. He spreads a lot of misinformation about his whereabouts, but if we can find a way to know where he's going to be for sure, then that would be the best way to go about it.
What it helps is to know what's something he wants.
we could lure him out. Like Puss in Boots. We could Puss in Boots it!
I don't know what a Puss in Boots is.
I don't think I read that story.
How are we Puss in Bootsing it?
Wasn't that like the story of the cat, and he like got the big, wasn't that Puss in Boots? The story where there was a guy who wanted to marry a princess, and then his cat, it was Puss in Boots, he told him, "Hey, I got this," and so then he started spreading the word about the What was his name?
Shrek?
No! It's not in Shrek. It's
Harold.
before it was Shrek. How he...
Honestly, Amanda, I only know Puss in Boots from
Oh my God, you guys-
Shrek.
Shrek?
Fear me.
Story. Okay.
You know, Amanda, we didn't make it to that fairy tale. We were stuck on the beanstalk.
I'm sorry! This will be the next fairy tale then. But basically, this cat hears of a beast that lives in this castle, and he has this poor friend of his owner is poor, and he wants to marry a princess. And so he goes and sends word for the princess to come visit this castle, and he lures the thing out of the castle somehow. I don't remember all the details. But then while he's out, he goes into the castle and basically takes over the castle. And I don't remember all the details, but this is a real fucking story. Am I crazy?
No, I think you're
We're
right.
not. No, Amanda, I think maybe you watch kids' movies a little more often than I do.
Oh, this was like a book, though.
I think it's a real fairy tale.
It's a real
It
fairy
is.
tale.
Oh, this is a
It's
real
like
fairy
the-
tale?
I'm
the-
pretty
It is.
sure
Puss in Boots
Puss
is
in
a
Boots
fairy tale
wasn't invented for
No, it was
Shrek.
before that. Oh my god.
'Cause the
kids are
Shrek
nuts.
comes from
'Cause it
the
was
fairy tales.
There's
Wow.
M words for it. The Maribeth, oh my god. I'm gonna lose my mind.
In any case, I think you're on the right path.
But if we
I've
go
literally never heard of this fairy tale.
Oh my god, hold on.
Okay.
Well, you guys can keep going. I'm Googling. I'm
What-
Googling. I have to find it now.
Castles are designed for what? Does anybody know what castles are designed for?
To keep people out.
Old farts who want to display their wealth.
They are meant to protect those of nobility. Correct?
I
So,
feel like
an assault or a destruction at the gates would only cause them to close said gates and hunker down and defend the nobility within. So yes, drawing the nobility out with the minimal amount of guards is the preferable way to perform some form of coup.
how would
Now.
you suggest it be done then?
The right bait is what's needed. Who, or whom, or what does Lord Gutherkull want the most?
Tura, when you were snooping around the castle,
Oh good, I know this.
well, there's one word that you did, like, because you, like, eavesdropped on a few conversations while you were in there, and the word that you've heard, that you don't know what it is, but they kept mentioning finding the sanctuary.
Well, I did hear many of the guards and people inside of the castle talking about finding something known as the sanctuary. I was unclear if that was a nickname or if the T is capitalized in the, but it does seem like it's something that's important to them. I just don't know exactly. I don't have a lot of details beyond that. It was difficult to stay hidden and hear at the same time and appear as though I wasn't listening if I were seen. It was not an easy situation, but that's what I heard.
Was the emphasis on the or sanctuary when it was spoken?
Nick? The sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary!
The Marquis of Carabas. You guys don't know that?
No.
Jethro would like to roll a history on sanctuary in the capital sense.
Here, I'm not. Okay, hold on.
Should we
Like,
all roll
you
and
want to
we'll
roll a
see?
history check?
Found it.
I want to see if I understand what sanctuary is, not like the refuge and safety, but if it's a historical or a legend of a historical place.
Sure, make a history check. Sammy, get off my back.
I pull out a book and give myself guidance.
I'm
Woo! Sheesh! That is a history check.
How about a 28 for history? Jethro likes books and stories about cool shit.
Jeez, Jethro from the top ropes. Okay, so Jethro. There are
Yes?
Sanctuary is an ancient myth. Like it's like a creation myth in a way, where it's the general idea is almost like a Garden of Eden type place that was the sanctuary of the gods before they left sanctuary and went and influenced the world. So that's kind of like what it's referred to as in the biblical sense.
Yeah.
That being said, it generally gets used for referencing, like, because of that, it gets it's like a reference for secret vaults or like other things like that that are like places that are meant to be hidden are referred to as that because no one has ever found the sanctuary of the gods, and so it became a common phrase for like a hidden place.
Yeah. Oh, the thing that comes to mind is like Uncharted, Shangri-La, right? It's like it's that super hidden grotto that's got like some immense power of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, Tara, I think you're onto something. What you're referencing is not merely just sanctuaries and safety, because Lord Gutherkel has a castle and land. He doesn't need sanctuary. What he's looking for is immense power, a wellspring of perhaps divine, if you believe in it, ability and power, or a cache of some immense weaponry that was used during the war with the Yuan-Ti. Somewhere here, outside of New Anderhorst, there must be a sanctuary. And he is looking for it. He's looking for an edge to grow his dominion. Hubris might be our key to get him out of the castle.
Jethro, as you're talking, Billy comes over to you. Billy.
Oh, hello.
And she says, you talk a lot, but it's kind of cute when you do it. Also, I have a friend that, her name is Ditzy. She's fantastic. Walks a high wire. Love the girl. Sister's a bit of a drag. She could be fun. She could be fun. Anyways, they told me that they were like, well, they're kind of like, you didn't hear this from me, okay? Like, this is like on the hush hush. I just, I've
Is
had
this
a lot.
information
I've had
that
a
you
lot of drink.
actually want kept to me, or do you want it shared?
I mean, like, it just, since you all are talking about it, I just felt like it was just like important to share. So like, but like,
Understood.
They, you didn't hear from me, okay? It just, but I heard that Guterkerl tried to kidnap the Queen's heirs.
Very scandalous.
I know, right? Like, two fucking, like, I don't know, I think they're like teenagers? They're like tweens?
I mean,
I don't know how old they
he's
are.
like 3 times their age. That's kind of weird.
Pardon my overhearing, but what did you say Ditzy had to do with that?
Oh, she's my friend.
Was she involved in the kidnapping?
Oh, no, she told me that
You didn't hear it from Billy.
They actually ended up saving the kids. I think last I heard they were heading towards New Anderhorst to take them back to the Queen. Do you know Ditzy?
I don't both of the Eclipse twins.
Oh, no way! Have you seen their act? It's so good.
They gave me a few pointers for my own.
You're in the circus? What do you do?
I used to be. It's been a while since then.
She, like, grabs a drink and puts her arm around you, Zyzeris, and she says, "Tell me everything."
I think you were in the midst of telling us everything. How long ago?
Don't
was
worry.
this?
I have everything. You have a moment to talk.
When was the last time that they were here in town?
Oh, no, they weren't near here. Let's see. I got a letter from Ditzy. I got that about 2 days ago. And it arrived on a pigeon, which is so like her. Let's see. So they weren't very far away. She said that they were leaving the old forest around that time. Like, no, that was, I guess, like 4 days ago. Because it was when we arrived, around when we got to Pond Haven, before we had to skedaddle. So it was like 4 or 5 days ago that they must have sent it, because I got it around like 2 or 3 days ago. It's weird. Time's a weird thing. But like it,
Right.
not too long ago. Yeah, I would imagine. They probably haven't made it to the capital yet.
Jethro, you think given their location nearby the old forest that we might be able to intercept them before they make it back to New Anderhorst?
Jethro tries to do some trigonometry and calculations,
Let's go to
taking
the
the
map.
curvature of the map. Well,
Let's see. The location of the old... like this is like where the narrator comes in with that little like a little like nerdy voice comes in and says the location of the old forest is here, and you can see it is much closer to New Anderhorst than Pondhaven is, all the way over the fuck here. So you can just see that like here.
But if you were to travel by boat,
there.
it'd be faster than walking. It's possible to arrive there at the same point at the same time.
Jethro screams at the narrator.
Can I hear this conversation?
Jethro, you know the map of the area, and you know the old forest to be much closer to the capital than Pondhaven.
We'd be at a couple of days at least. If we were to leave right now, we'd be 4 days behind them.
Do I hear this conversation?
Yeah, you guys are. This turtle is not big.
Okay.
It's a very small bar.
It's very small. Okay, good. We're very close. Why would we need to intercept them?
I don't.
Well, maybe not intercept, but I was just thinking if we could get our hands on the princess that Lord Gutakar was trying to kidnap, that would most certainly be something that he wanted.
What if we just told him that we had them? We don't actually have to have them in possession. We know that they're getting away to wherever they need to be. But if this information is on the down low, then that's something he would want to leave his castle for. Perhaps. If that's what you were thinking.
What if we didn't tell them we had them, which would be a lie, and not as easily to convey in conversation, but tell them that we know the location of said heirs? It wouldn't be a lie. It'd be harder to discern in conversation. And then we could still draw them out the road.
Could offer to turn them in. Arrange for some sort of a meetup, a handoff.
Now, I assume I do not know these children. I assume that they are good people from a good family who are doing good things.
Let's see, is Valeris nearby?
Valeris, help us!
She is.
Valeris, do you
She's
care to
drinking
chime in
at the
about
bar.
royal politics?
Sure. What does she know about royal politics?
Well, you definitely know the names of the queen's heirs, you know the name of the queen, and you know a lot more than anybody else on this turtle about anything having to do with anything happening at court. Or,
Okay.
you know, the general gist of the game that gets played, the game of politics that gets played in New Anderhorst. If anybody on this turtle understands it, it's you.
Okay. Yeah, she'll chime in. She's mostly just been observing the conversation. She only really chimes into things if she thinks it's important. I mean,
It's
if you
all
want
important.
to make it sound, if you want to make it sound more believable, if I remember correctly, the names are Cyrus and Eutropa.
Nailed it.
And Queen Congria adores them dearly. Is that also correct, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, they're her only heirs.
They are the only heirs to the throne at this moment in time.
Some would say 2 are too many, but is this a murderous royal family,
Well,
or
you know,
Oh no,
the
they're
system
twins.
of the world is kind of that of the lady of the house would present themselves to an elevated status above everyone else. But each culture has their own disposition, which, you know, either one could be elevated to rule.
You think
So they're both important.
generally it would go to Eutropa, correct?
I mean, it would
And there's-
traditionally go to Eutropa. They are twins, so.
But
see.
you do
Okay.
suspect that Cyrus would be more equipped for the job.
However, Cyrus is a bit more capable, I suppose is the word I would use.
I see. Would they is there friction in the royal family about this, or is everyone pretty much accepting their lot?
Does she even know that much, or does she just know what the opinion
That's-
of the general public is?
Yeah, you're not 100% sure.
I wouldn't say I know quite that much. I know that I feel that most of the general populace would agree that Cyrus is a bit more capable of becoming, you know, the next, like, inheriting the throne rather than his sister.
At the very least, you hope he'll help.
At the what?
Like, at the very least, you hope he'll help her if she's on the throne.
I would at least hope that, you know, if she does end up on the throne, that he would do his best to assist her. Otherwise, I think it would prove quite disastrous if she were to rule on her own.
I suppose from oh god, I can never say his name right on first try. I need to read it. Guterkurl is concerned. He would
You
probably
nailed it!
want. Thank you. He would probably want Eutropa more than Cyrus, but happy enough to have both of them, of course.
Yes,
I would have-
precisely. Both are heirs. But if he has one, Eutropa, it's more beneficial than the other.
Has he met Eutropa before? I wonder if there isn't some sort of a way to bait and switch or something to protect the pair, just because I don't want to arouse the queen's ire.
There's a high likelihood
I wouldn't like to.
that Guterkurl has met these children before.
Okay.
He is a lord in the same, like, territory, so he would have to be at court at some point and saw the children.
Yeah, but he's also a jerk, and like one
I
royal
agree.
kid looks like another royal
Hard to
kid looks
recognize with a burlap sack over the head.
Right, if you lined up 10 Eutropas, would he know? You know what I mean? Anyway.
Pick one
I'll
out
let
in
it
the lineup.
All right, I guess we have to decide if we actually need to involve the children at all in a plot to lure him out with with them as a potential bait or a faux bait, because I feel like he would need proof, absolute assurance that he's actually going after the twins, and that would be hard to get without them in person. And I don't know that I want to jeopardize their lives just to draw him out of the castle
Well,
if we can't be
word
absolutely
of
sure
this
and ensure their
hasn't
safety.
spread to the public eye, then this is not something that is going to be widely known. So long as we act swiftly, perhaps it's best that we leave the children outside of this, and just simply offering these children up for some sort of reward can draw his attention. It's not something that he's going to want to make public. He doesn't want other nobles learning that he's trying to kidnap or bribe or pay for the bounty over either of these children.
The captain chimes in. Why would he come himself? Why wouldn't he just send his goons?
I was just about to say the same thing. If he
It's
hears,
just
Could his goons identify them?
we'd
Would
need
you
to have
trust them
some
to?
way of assuring he would show up to the exchange himself.
we could explain that we know his goons have failed in the past, and so it's probably best if he comes, due to the sensitive nature.
You know, he has this new prick working for him in Pond Haven. Complete asshole.
No. Don't tell
In
me.
Pond Haven,
I
really?
know him.
I didn't get the sense that he had assholes
Are you-
working in Pond Haven.
No.
Are you
this
talking about
new-
Earl Spencer Stroud?
No, I'm talking about Verthica, that new tax collector. Complete dick.
Oh,
Completely bleeding the people dry.
What was the name?
Yes, I've heard some
Verthica?
unsavory things about him.
I will just shoot. This is easier.
Some of the people are very much not happy with his assistance.
We could kill him, disguise ourselves as one of him, sneak into the castle, slit his throat. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Oh, he's not at the castle. He's at Pond Haven.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I say we split his...
I'm a little drunk. I'm a little drunk.
I say we slit this tax collector's throat because, you know, why not? Someone disguises himself, us as him, go over, deliver some of that gold to Guterfella, whatever the fuck we call him, and we slit his throat. 2 birds, 1 stone. Kill someone to kill another guy. Why not?
I think you're underestimating who this other guy is.
also, I don't think. I mean, if we are to try to usurp Gutherkill, yes, all of those that are unwaverably in his favor would have to be dealt with, which, considering how large of a plot of area he has control over, is a lot of people.
I don't see a problem with that.
If we take out Gutherkill, who's to say one of the other earls might not step up in his place
Or the
and begin the
royalty
cycle all over?
themselves.
So, okay, I don't know the rich very well because very huffy and whatever.
They generally
Is he having a
frown on murder.
Generally do. Okay. Is Gutakel holding any parties anytime soon? Any feasts that he might be going to? Any of his friends?
Oh,
holding a
yes,
feast?
I received an invitation from him just this morning, Mum.
Okay, you don't have to be a dick about it.
Oh, well,
Just
Can I
Well,
see
of
the
course
invitation? I might be able to replicate it.
I was fucking kidding, you clown.
I'm a scholar. Thank you very much.
Okay, look here, you don't have to be rude about it.
It was a joke and you ruined it.
You would have to be very important to know anything about
Thank
any
you.
party he'd be holding.
Of course, none of us
Well-
have any idea of it, anything like that.
Well, word of mouth. I just know some of the lords, like they're gaudy and bougie about it. They want to know They want to let everyone know that they're having a party.
If anybody would know, it would be the Earl. Or maybe Berthica. but I doubt Vertica's even that important. Mostly just corrupt, I suspect. But the Earl would know for sure. The Lord's social calendar. Oh, listen to us just talking the game like we're a couple of nobles.
I do have a theory on possibly alternate thoughts to the situation.
Jeez. I think we're all desperate for ideas at this point.
I don't think it would be an easy task, but considering there are so many people that are very loyal to Gutherkill, I don't think killing him would solve the problem. But perhaps sullying his name or catching him in the act of doing something so vile that no one would want to follow would dissolve all of his followers, and we could wipe the slate clean.
Kara kind of leans on her counter a little bit with like both hands and leans forward and says, "He burned my village and he takes and takes and takes from everyone in the land, and yet, and his misdeeds are widely known. I would wonder what more we could say about such a man that would harm his reputation."
What if he started doing good deeds? Wouldn't that hurt his reputation?
No, I don't suspect it would.
I would expect that it actually look like he's turning a new leaf and he'd be popular.
I'd rather not be performing small miracles on his behalf.
Look, I think what we should do, this is just an idea, okay? Everyone hear me out. We sneak in, maybe when he's having a little party, a little soiree, poison the punch bowl, he drinks from the punch, and he dies. Simple as that.
I don't think
Going
that
to
would
kill
work.
a lot of people that way.
Well, some of them are corrupt, right?
I don't most nobles have testers for the wine goblets?
At least the very important ones do.
I would assume Gothica would just kill an innocent in order to not die themselves.
We just have to make sure that it's a long-acting poison.
I have a quick question, DM.
Yes.
So if I remember correctly, Valeris' sister Sabre is the court mage for Gucci, correct?
You
Or
know
was.
she has connections to him for sure.
But she like works within his like area, right?
Yeah. She definitely works with in his domain. It's been what, 10 years?
It's been 10 years,
10
yeah.
since you left. So like last you heard, she was working for him, but it's been 10 years. So
Yeah. If they could find out about that, I mean, they could always dupe her into meeting them, you know?
you do know it is hard to dupe your sister.
Yes, but if Valeris promised, actually, I'm just going to throw this out here in character. Okay. Well, I have maybe an idea. My sister, she works within Guchiko's domain. Perhaps we could try to lure her into a position that would put her at a disadvantage. However, she's quite hard to pull the wool over her eyes. But it could be possible, because she believes I am dead. If we promise her that she could see me and that I am not dead, somehow give her proof, maybe we could lure her into a false sense of security.
Hey, that is... If we do it in a way that is not a lie, we are not pulling wool over anybody's eyes. The truth will drive people to do incredible, stupid things in order to find the answers. I like the way that sounds.
I
Does she
apologize.
care
I
about
had
you?
to step away to help Charles with some things. Can I get a mini recap on what I was drinking?
Oh my God, Amanda, there's been so much.
I know. I'm like, this is not the time to walk away.
We come up with answers and we throw them away. We come up with new answers, so we threw them away.
We've
Okay,
got
basically, we know we're 4 days behind the twins, if that's an option we want to pursue.
Okay.
We know
I vote
that
yes.
Verthica, the vile tax collector, will have little to no information about what's going on inside the castle, but could be a bargaining piece if we decide to use him.
Okay.
If we decide to go up against someone like that. And we know that there is Valeris's sister, works
Yes.
at court,
Yep.
and could be somehow tricked into becoming part of our plot.
Ooh, that could be fun. Big C's personally like that one.
We could perhaps veil it as you have me as a prisoner, and that would be enough to draw her out. I may not be very fond of my sister, but she is rather fond of me.
Valeris, would it be better if we gained your sister's aid in this instead of trying to bewitch her?
Are you all right with putting your sister in a potentially dangerous situation?
Yes.
Okay, that's weird.
She had
But
zero
okay.
regard for when she put her own sister in a dangerous situation.
All I got was a letter, not even a letter that she slipped into my pocket, by the way.
I am so sorry that your family does not care about you, Valeris.
Oh, that's not true. My father loves me dearly.
That your sister does not care about you, Valeris.
So sorry, no one gives a shit about you at all.
That's a terrible
I mean,
thing to say,
you're
Jeff.
all pretty cool in my book.
But it's
Talking about
definitely an avenue
gaslighting.
Ryan knows where it's at.
So do we think your sister would be valuable enough to be able to lure Guterkel out? Or,
She would have to have information, right?
okay, wait. Your sister, she's aware of Guterkel's wrongdoings, because clearly,
Yes.
so she supports him?
I am unsure of if she like swears fealty to him. How far her loyalty runs.
Okay.
But I would think it's more of a shot than a possible, tax collector maybe knowing something.
Valeris, if you could tell your sister that you want to see her, draw her out, engage her in conversation, and try and get information about when the castle's security might next be most lax. If not during some sort of an event, perhaps when most of the troops are planning to be away, and then we could use that information to plot an attack.
But Valeris is supposed to be dead. How is she going to
I
write a
am
letter to her
supposed be
sister?
dead.
Oh, did I say letter?
Yes. Which is why I
Get
think
word
that
to
we
her
could,
somehow.
we could
I think we
maybe-
could weave that into a way that is not specifically lying to either party, but that you were actually under distress from Gutherkel, and that we must contact and have a face-to-face meeting with your sister.
that would work.
That way there's a sense of urgency that you are here, you're actually alive, and that Gutherkel is the problem. It's kind of a half-truth. Again, I don't think actively lying in this situation is going to be beneficial to us.
We could tell her that I got a hold of her, and due to the circumstances of things that have happened in our past, that I am holding you for ransom until she comes to speak with me after, because she clearly knew what happened.
Yes.
Excuse me, this is very important, and I do want you to continue. Tura, can I get something to eat, like noodles or
We're hungry on the turtle.
Hey.
Look, you're the one standing in the kitchen. This is not my fault.
I'm not standing anywhere. Thank you very much.
We're having a private
First of
conversation
all, based
right
on
here.
last sesh, Crew already had dinner, so if he wants more rations, he can take that out with Captain
It's the
Tess.
captain.
She.
The captain.
Oh, it's the captain who's talking?
The-
I
the
can't tell. You
captain
play,
wants more
you
food.
play like 20 different NPCs. I don't know what's going on here. All right, cool.
It's the hot
in
one?
Which case,
Come on.
In which
There's
case,
several
the
of
hot
them.
one's asking, I spoon up more noodles. And,
You may continue.
ask a question that needs answering. I'm sorry. I need to know. Are we allowed to lie, or are we not allowed to lie? It seems like lying by omission is somehow a barrier for us, or lying in general might be a barrier for us, and I just want to know what exactly we're allowed to do, because when it comes to this foe, I have a feeling a fair amount of subterfuge is going to be necessary.
Also, your sister might
I'm all
just
right for telling a
100%
lie.
betray you.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I
It
was just
sounded
saying,
like you were eating noodles.
I may have created an excuse for myself to eat my dinner while I'm still role playing. Yeah, but yeah, your sister might 100% betray you. I'm just saying.
That is a chance. She'll point that out. Actually, although it's a risk for anybody that we could possibly get help for, she could betray us because she has already betrayed me once. But I'm willing to take that risk. As if she betrays me again, there will be a perfect chance to just kill her right there.
Then we wear his skin, walk in, poison the Lord.
Whoa.
It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. I know that you magic
I don't
people
think
can
anybody
disguise
here can wear
yourself
somebody
using
else's
magic.
skin. That's kind of
didn't-
weird, Delia.
I wasn't going to be literal about it.
I was being ironic.
Is that you, Alfred?
Yeah.
No.
Just checking.
As far as I'm speaking, no, a lie is not taboo. I just think that when you're trying to relay information and provide a story, that having enough truth inside of it, as much truth as possible, will lower the defenses of those that you are speaking to. So, if we can weave a story that is truthful enough, then you don't need to necessarily lie in order to get what you need.
I also believe in using less information and allowing the other person to fill in the blanks. Lying by omission, I think, is it's underrated, but quite valuable.
I believe it would work in our favor. We wouldn't quite be lying. I'm sure for a while Bixis did indeed want me dead.
This is true.
I'm sure you could still pull out that anger.
100% on any given day, yes.
And you do have me technically in your custody. I'm just here at my own will. She doesn't need to know that.
And she believes you to be dead already. So maybe, perhaps... Sorry, Charles was yelling. I don't know what he said.
I was just going to say, do we want your sister on the defensive coming in here to talk to us when we're trying to get information? Having a hostage, quote unquote, would provide her to bring additional help and attackers to us when we are merely trying to have a conversation.
Perhaps we are overthinking this. If we are just trying to get you in a room with your sister, could you not just approach the gates and say, I am here to see my long-lost sister who believes me dead?
I do not think that's a very good idea.
She kind of wants to keep a low profile, hence the reason why she pretended to die.
Perhaps we can sneak you into the castle then and have you somehow approach your sister that way.
Ooh, I like that too.
That's a good idea.
Yes. Do you think you're... yes. Sneak you in, and then you have a one-on-one with your sister.
Allow her the opportunity
Perhaps she'd be...
to speak.
Yeah.
Great,
yes.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, that would work as well. I might
Do
not
you
even
want
need
that, Valeris? Do you want to talk to your sister?
I do want to talk to my sister. I have very much a lot to say to her, actually.
You think you could get the information we need while having those conversations?
Oh, I think Valeris could do that.
I believe so.
I believe in you.
May not even need assistance into the castle, but that's a very big maybe.
If I might, I know that I don't look it, but I can assist you in getting to your destination without being seen.
Oh, I do not doubt your abilities at all, Jethro.
I think if we come as backup amongst all of us, we can get you in and out undetected.
I do not think
At the very
we should
least,
go
we
in
can be
alone.
backup should the worst happen.
It would, as much as I'd be at a disadvantage, Cytheris, I think it would be best that I went in alone.
Really? You don't need a buddy or anything?
The
your sister.
less amount of people that are in the castle that could possibly be caught, the better.
If I might say, considering that this is going to be a place of high repute, I can enter most cities without a second glance, considering I am a scholar of the White Robe. People don't give me second looks when I enter in the cities. I could easily assist Valeris in getting in and getting close.
If you want to walk in the front gates or go in through the underground tunnels, that is entirely your choice. There are a couple of ways into the castle, I think, and either way, I think we can get you inside.
Well, let's do that then. It's
All right.
Okay.
Plant. What's your
straightforward.
sister's name, Valeris? I don't know your sister. I didn't know you had a sister.
Oh, her name is Sabre.
Plan Sabre in action. I
There
like
we
it.
go, Sabre.
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 All right. We have a plan.
Not as nice as Valeris, but I like
So,
it. It's okay.
Because there was many discussions of all of the things.
I think we're going to plan an infiltration and a family meetup, which I think is long overdue.
Yes. So we're going to. Valeris, are we going to sneak you into the castle, or are you going to just try and walk in?
Valeris is going to sneak in.
I'm going to sneak in. So, I really do not think it would be good to just waltz right in.
Sorry, I keep forgetting his name. Is Jethro. You can still enter the city in your robes. Should anything go wrong, you can be inside the castle to help her if she needs it. But if something were to go wrong, that means you'd be inside the castle if she needs it. So it's up to you.
Oh no, I would never leave one of my friends undefended and unaided. I can make sure that she gets in there without being seen.
We can guard the tunnels, and you can guard up top to make sure if something should happen, you can perhaps create a distraction or something like that. But this is only in a dire emergency. We're anticipating that she can go inside the castle, talk to her sister, and come out, and nothing should go wrong.
Precisely. How big are the tunnels? Just, logistically, in case I have to get my wheelchair through.
Since I don't think Nick's listening, I'm just going to make this up. The tunnels are perfect, and they're really, really roomy for lots of people to walk through, but not like armies, so we can't be
large
chased.
enough tunnels. Okay,
They're ADA compliant for sure.
So,
yes, we can make this work.
Our plan is to sit in the tunnels underneath in case something happens. We can jump up out of the tunnels.
Well, we can definitely. We can be there in case something should happen. So if she needs like last minute backup or someone to hold the door, we can do that.
Bixus, you do have the ability to turn into a small animal, do you not?
You know, those things aren't something I'm super accustomed to doing. You know, I'm that's just let's leave that off the table, if we could.
I was just going to say, if you needed to be a mouse, you could be in my pocket, and then we could have 3 people inside. But if not, then that's fine.
It's just something that.
Is it too uncomfortable? I'm sorry. I shouldn't presume.
There's some kinks, you know, it just doesn't work like quite as it's supposed to. So but
Valeris and I
can
will be
do
fine
that.
then. That's fine. We could manage. That would be all right.
Yes,
I unfortunately can't
confident.
even come close to the castle. I would be recognized immediately and killed.
You know, Zazaris is very good with disguises.
Pretty decent. at best.
Oh, come on! You're so good.
The mask does most of the work.
Valeris,
What do we...
Yes.
how confident are you that your sister won't betray you and stab you in the back?
I mean, all I have to worry about is stabbing her first.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident? No, hold on. On a scale of 1 to Alfred, how good do you think that this
Oh
this
God,
reunion
nothing
will
could
go?
be on the scale of Alfred.
1
As
being
in,
the...
if she would stab me as soon as she saw me.
Yes.
7?
Okay, so...
Give the 7 out of 10 that I'm fairly confident that she could not dispose of me before I could dispose of her.
Okay.
Valeris, what was your supposed cause of death? Is it just disappearance?
No, killed by the, what are they called, Nick? The Purple Rose?
The Purple Rose?
Yes, that I was murdered by the Purple Rose along with the elder members of the Lions Guild. And Fire.
Okay. So that's Gunther kills men. So
and she
you
still
might
works
have
for
a
them.
you might have some leniency, perhaps.
Why would that give her leniency? Her sister still works for the Purple Roses that apparently murdered her. If my sister were killed by them, I'd be doing everything I could.
I mean,
maybe
when
it
you have a
would've
good
been wrong.
dental plan, I mean, there's only so much you can do.
Could be wrong information and suddenly Valeris just turns up. I think this is an okay plan. I'm okay with it because less fighting, using our words.
I think it's a good plan. I guess the next question is what information are we hoping to gain from this? I mean, obviously to see a sister is important. But was there like what do we think she'll be able to help us with?
Okay.
We want to know...
Really quick. Trey's the only one that really hung around New Anderhorst, like, extensively.
I went back home.
You went back home. So Trey speaks up, and Trey says, and he is very, very drunk at this point. And he says, no, Cease, what you have to understand is what the fucking stories that fucker, he sold. The story that he sold everybody was that the Hydra killed all of us, and then his people came in and saved us. Fucking bullshit. And then Trey goes back to drinking.
Well, there we go.
Wait, you're saying Guderkel is telling people that his people saved you guys?
That's right. Yeah. All those people that the Hydra killed them, and Luca's monster hunters failed, and that his people succeeded, which is stupid because we killed that fucking Hydra, and then they fucking murdered us. Fucking pricks. He takes another drink.
I'm not writing good notes. Okay.
I'm gonna force Trey to talk about this shit.
Well, he's not here.
He said it in a drunken
Yes.
stupor. He doesn't know. He's blackout right now.
Yes,
This is the
they
most.
Yeah,
got
literally,
literally-
like,
This is the most
I wrote
booze he's
down
had access
that
to in a
doesn't-
long time.
it still doesn't make a ton of sense.
his men quite literally slaughtered them like pigs.
So here's what happened, and I'm going to refill my drink as he starts to bring it up. And
Thank you, Pixie Boo.
Make it a double. So we were sent to go kill the Hydra, and she's going to usher to Valeris and Trey. We were sent to...
Trey belches really loudly.
We were sent to go kill the Hydra. We get there. It was a long journey. We made all of our friends along the way. They were the guilds that we worked with. You had Agar Bullneck, you had Vec, you had Deacon, you had Bastion, and we even made a bugbear friend named Orso along the way, who we, he was, I wonder if he's still okay out there.
Valeris, make me a perception check.
Oh, okay.
He's here.
It's a bugbear.
He's here! I would be so happy.
21.
Oh, you can continue. I'm just going to whisper something to
You're
Summer.
good. And so we defeated the Hydra, and it took a lot out of us, honestly. It was pretty rough, but we survived. And then here comes the Purple Roses, and they picked us off one by one until there were none of us left.
So how did you survive? That's the part I'm confused about.
Well,
How are you here talking to me now? I don't understand.
there was a portal that we kind of fell through at the last second. And
Created by who?
there's not exactly an answer on who it was created by. My sister and I, we were excited to be in that area because we knew of the rumors that there was a magical artifact, or a burial site, really. A burial site for the...
Magical artifact? What?
The legendary druid from the past, whose name was Ryan's character.
Alanon.
Alanon.
No.
That's a weird name.
What was the
Ryan's
artifact's
character?
name? That's more important.
Alanon. And,
Azusa?
Azusa, yeah. It's
Susa. I would like to roll either a nature or an arcana check, or
Jethro,
history, whatever.
You look at the staff that Bixie's has
It's
been carrying
it's
this
the
whole
staff
time.
in her fucking hand.
People don't like me seeing their shit, so I want to know what it is.
I've never hit it. We were following...
So cool.
Oh god, now I got the name of Susan stuck in my head. What was his name? Alanon. Alanon?
Alanon.
Alanon.
It was the great archdruid Alanon.
I come from a family of monster hunters, and my sister and I were both druids. And, this was just a story that we grew up hearing all the time of the great Alanon, and we knew that he was supposedly had a sacred burial around there, but it was just rumors, and it wasn't actually supposed to exist. And so the monster hunters allowed us to take a small detour after the Hydra, and it led us kind of around that area when we got ambushed. And then in the middle of the ambush, there was a thing that was glowing, and for the life of me,
It was a crystal.
It was a crystal. It was she's gonna usher to everyone who has a crystal around her. It was a crystal.
Traven pulls out the shard.
A crystal started glowing, and I reached out and touched it, and then we all fell through, and we were in this beautiful, magnificent underground cavern.
Completely not underground at all.
In my brain, it's underground with this beautiful
It
magical
was
tree.
It's a
Look at the picture.
sanctuary.
Look at the picture. It looks like it was like this beautiful underground magical place.
It was a sanctuary.
The
It was a
land,
grotto.
Like the lost land or whatever. How it's like a world underground type situation. Okay.
Sanctuary, I think, is the word you're looking for.
So,
It's the Glen of the Spirit of the Wood is what I call it.
Like, I feel like this is like
Yes.
one of those really cool, super intense, deep cave type things where it's like has its own ecosystem, even though it's super far below the ground. That's where my brain went.
Cave's really
I'm
cool.
sorry.
So how did you get out of the cave? Where did you come out from the cave?
Honestly, I blacked out shortly after that. There was a lot of trauma that happened. It's something that I have a hard time completely remembering the exact things that happened. But I know that
I'm gonna roll a Constitution save for Trey.
Ooh, he's gonna black out too.
Well, he has advantage. He's good.
I mean,
So
personally, that's about the time I split ways with them. I didn't want to stick around very longer, so I found my own way out.
And Trey and I left, and we stuck together. We went back to Luca and explained to him what happened. But
how long did the time pass when you were in that place?
honestly, it felt like hours and seconds all at the same time. There wasn't really a perception of time due to the circumstances. And she's just going to that's where fire died. So it wasn't really something I was super focused on. As exciting as it was, we were always supposed to go there together, and then it just ended really, really bad, really, pretty terribly. So I don't remember all the little details. I apologize. It's just something I don't really.
Oh, I can feel it. Thank you.
So, but yeah, I got Azusa here, and she's great. She's been helpful, and Trey, he's here. He's sometimes okay.
So, you found the tomb and you found Azusa?
Well,
branch?
Azusa was the
You found the branch? And that's what took you to the cave?
We found a crystal, which took us to the cave.
Oh, okay. I'm confusing it.
There was a crystal.
Azusa a branch? Is it a crystal?
Azusa is a staff. Azusa is my magical staff.
Azusa's...
And then Valerius also has a twig thing.
Oh. Yes, that is where I got
are the crystals that you grabbed and Valerius's crystal the same?
I did not
or
grab
similar
the
in hue and texture?
I didn't. I just touched it. I reached out and touched it, and my hand went through it, and I was being chased by enemies, and so we all grabbed hands and fell through together. So it wasn't something we took with us. It's probably still out there in the woods unless it vanished. But they were busy slaughtering everyone, and they weren't able to follow us through, and it's the only reason why we survived when no one else did.
Could it be this is the sanctuary that Wintercurl is seeking? Or who is that? Yeah.
Was he looking for a sanctuary?
Well, it was something I heard in the castle. They were looking for the sanctuary. That was something I heard in the castle a lot at Wintercurl's. And if this crystal takes someone to some sort of a cave sanctuary, it could be this is what he's looking for.
I was unaware he was looking for a sanctuary.
It was something we might have been talking about while you were doing Charles things.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. That's in person, or in character. That's in character. Because Bigsy's didn't know either.
Have you not been listening to a word I've said, Bixis?
Jethro, sometimes you mumble to yourself so much it's hard to keep track of what you're saying to us.
He said sanctuary.
I didn't. Look, I missed it, guys. I missed it. I don't know how. I'm sorry.
It's all good. But is it possible that this is maybe the same sanctuary? I don't know if there's some sort of check we can do, or if this is just a guess that we would make since we don't know what Wintercurl is thinking. But it sounds like too much of a coincidence, guys.
Damn, you need to come back into the room. We need rolls.
It sounds like it is the one place on Wintercurl's land that he does not have direct access to. This druidic demi-plane that is outside normal space and time.
Well, if he
Why
ever
else
wants
would
his
he
grubby
not
paws
be?
on that
He
place, I'm
who wouldn't
sure
look for
he'll-
this?
Well, that could be why you were ambushed as well. I mean, it could be this crystal or whatever is highly sought after, and that's why it's the tomb is not something that is just a religious site or anything like that. Perhaps that's why you were nearly killed there.
Well, from what I understand, which I don't know all of the aspects of it, he was trying to ruin Luca's reputation to create his own better reputation, to ump up his purple roses, because they're actually incapable of doing anything productive except for killing other people to give themselves a better name. But of course there's always background things that are happening that would make sense. But maybe that's why that location was chosen. Maybe.
Perhaps this is something that Valeris can ask Sabri about, in a subtle, very low key way. Ask her about it and see if she has any details about Utikurl's designs on the crystal, if there are any.
Oh, don't you worry. I very much intend to ask her about what exactly happened.
See, Azusa is a branch. Huge. Is that the one, Brian? Is that the one that he would use to make portals with, and that's how he would get to place to place?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Oh,
You know
memories.
that branch.
I know that branch. You know, I like to think that we saved the townspeople by sending them through the portal to that place of Eden. Maybe we did.
I mean, if the staff's here, it means it means the whole hometown made it.
Right? I mean, he couldn't have been buried there with all that if... Anyway.
It's canon.
Okay, I'm back. I've heard of a desire. Sorry, Charles wanted apple slices. Apple slices. Yeah. Well, hey, you turned off the TV, so count your blessings.
Yes.
So
it's
you
just
wanted
too bad you didn't want 6 grapes. That would have been easier. Go on.
you wanted to make a roll on something, is what I heard.
The sanctuary checks.
The sanctuary check.
Yeah, we
If
kinda wanted to
Gutherkel
know-
and the crystal and the staff are all correlated, I guess.
It's all connected.
There's the crystal. Okay, I'm sorry. That's not a... Yeah, you're good.
Somebody had the idea that the Glen of the Spirit of the Wood might be the same sanctuary that they located, so they wanted to see if they could roll for it.
I think it's purely speculation.
I'm trying to think of a way of how you would have that knowledge.
Druidic knowledge?
Go with... I can't think of a way that you guys would know that. So I'm going to say no to
Oh,
the
you know
roll.
what? Druid Groves, that's pretty... Oh, but we wouldn't know if Gutherkel... yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yep, I'm going to say that that desired knowledge is too specific, and a roll would not suffice.
Yeah, we know the realm is a sanctuary, but maybe not the sanctuary that Gutherkel's looking for.
He better not be looking for that one. I want to murder him more.
Jethro's spitballing all over the place. Throwing anything, see if it sticks.
Yeah. Okay. So then, this takes me back to a previous question, which may have been answered, and I apologize. So we get Valeris into the castle. She gets to speak with her sister. What information are we hoping she's going to be able to give us?
Literally anything.
Yeah, that she could like question her and maybe find out information that would help us either break in or get Guter Curl on the road. Maybe she knows when his next raid is, if he's going to be there, stuff like that.
Why she sold out her sister?
Yes.
She sold you out. What?
Exactly how deep her loyalties lie to Gutrico. In hopes that we can persuade her to work for us instead.
Humanity.
I have a better answer for the sanctuary thing. Instead of just saying no, I'm going to say no, but you do remember Tura saying something about a sage that might know old and ancient wisdoms.
At the monastery of Abbot Reach?
Hey, that one might, yeah, there you go. There has been rumor of somebody who does know ancient wisdoms.
So, the sage could know at the monastery, which, is... It's a bit of another layer to the plan, but trust me. The more information we can have going into this, the better, because you do not want to take on Guter Girl underprepared. The more we know about what he wants and where he's trying to go, I think the better. So if we could ask the sage if perhaps this is one of the possibilities of him to be seeking, or definitely what he's seeking, maybe that would help us. Once we have more information from the interrogation of Sabri, maybe we'll be able to put it all together into some sort of a plot to take him down. And while I understand the hesitation of, chop off the head of the snake and another one will appear or whatever, I do think that this Earl has earned his fate, and I think it's up to the next Earl then to earn theirs. So perhaps we mete out justice in this case and see where we go.
I second the Earl suggestion. I do think, chopping off the head of the snake is good, but also chopping off the head of this snake is only chopping off a small limb for the bigger head. So I think it's really important that as we travel, we're cutting down pieces as often as frequently as possible to take away as much power as we can. Because eventually these Purple Hearts are going to see a trend that everyone around them is dying, and maybe they won't be so loyal if they're on the losing end of the stick. And then he's going to have less and less support, seeing that he's actually incompetent. And if we can just slowly continue to chop away at him piece by piece, he'll be left with nothing, and then it won't be as hard to sneak in and deal with him. So I vote we fund our expedition to Ebon Reach by using the Earl's funds. And by acquiring them in whatever means necessary.
Well, I'm all for sacking the castle if we can get up to it, but that will depend entirely on how the information finding goes. What was that?
Just saying, I wouldn't mind the second opinion of a sage.
Yeah.
At the very least, hearing them out couldn't hurt.
That seems wise. Not as fun as storming in and getting into a fight, but having been there, done that, failed at it, the sage is the better way to go.
Yeah, hearing how he dispatched of a whole guild of monster hunters has me pausing a bit.
Well, yes, but this Earl isn't in the castle. He'd be much easier to deal with before we go storming castles. But how far away is Ebon Reach from here? Because, is that something, if we leave here, we're not going to circle back here? Is that...
Well, I think I finally have to put a number on it. Luckily, I'm gonna say Tura knows. And Sammy, if you could stop, that'd be great. So I wanted it to be. I'm gonna say it's like up in here. So
Tell the party. It is up in here.
Up in here?
It's all up in here.
Here? Ah. Okay, and then this right here is. Okay. Can you see those?
Yes.
So Ebon Reach is not too far away. It's just kind of up in the mountains a wee bit.
So are Rosegrove and Evanreach about equidistant from Pondhaven?
Let's see. Rosegrove's a little further.
Give or take.
Give or take. Because of the difficult terrain, it would probably take you just as long to reach Evanreach as Rosegrove.
It's only 20 feet away.
Only 20 feet away. You could probably get there in one round. It'll be fine.
Except for Jethro.
Well, Rosegrove's a little farther than Evanreach, but they're both doable.
I mean, more information before we pursue a castle is always my vote. But I just question if we should help the poor people of this town before we go on that venture. Because I see little reason to circle back to Pondhaven.
But then also vice versa, we could obtain more information from Sabre, possibly, and then bring that information to the sage and see if he knows about it as well, and could maybe further our understanding.
Yeah, that's a good question.
So you were wanting
Do we
stop
need
by
to know the
castle
sage?
first.
Sorry, what was the question? I'm doing map things.
I don't know that it's anything you can answer.
Okay, never mind then. I'm going back to doing map things.
Ignore us, DM. We're contemplating.
Okay, continue contemplating. Good luck.
Unless you want to break DM character and tell us which is the right decision.
You're doing great, kids.
I mean, that's a good point though. Like, do we want to get the information from the sage and then go and have all that information when we question Sabri, or do we want to question Sabri and then bring that information to the sage? There's no reason we can't do both, but this will all take time and trouble, so it's all...
I think the sage might be able to help you focus your questions that you bring up with your sister.
That's what I think. And then
If your time is limited, then we should make the most of it.
I also think if you go into questioning your sister with more knowledge, you'll be able to more easily tell whose side she's actually on. If she starts saying things
And if
that
she's
are
lying.
completely off, then you'll kind of be able to see through that. Hopefully.
It's also
After
a hard
all,
decision. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, if you do plan on lying to her, then it's best that you be well informed before you do.
We'll also be unaware if the information that we gain from the stage would be relevant in questioning with.
I think that there's probably knowledge to be gained.
I'm not denying that there's knowledge to be gained, just pondering how it would be best to earn and use our knowledge.
Well, while you contemplate those questions, we are going to take I'm going to go with. Let's go with 10 minutes? 15 minutes? 10 minutes? How long? 10 minutes? 10-minute break. We're going with a 10-minute break to put Charles to bed. And for everyone else to get a drink and go to the bathroom. And we will reconvene here in 10 minutes.
Is it chicka chicka boom boom again?
I don't know. We're going to find out. Mostly we're going to see if we can do this in 10 minutes.
Fair enough. Okay, go.
Welcome back.
Is Jethro gonna be in team? We need a long rest before going on, or let's just get going.
I've used a lot of resources. Probably a rest before we go.
All right. Just want because I'm like halfway. I still got like half of my spell slots left.
I got
Used
one.
most of my other like short rest abilities, but
Old Jethro, he's got a lot of spell slots he uses for reactions, so I cut through it really quick. Oh, you know what though? I do have an arcane recovery, so I can get half of them back. So if we need to, I can go.
I
10
can recover
minutes
one first
on the
level spell
dot.
slot.
One first level spell slot. That's all I need.
So, where were we in the conversation?
I don't know. I kind of blanked out.
Well, I mean, it's later in the evening at this point. You've been talking a lot for many hours. The rain has been falling. And I need you all to make me perception checks.
Before... no, actually, it's fine.
And if you've been drinking, I need this to be at disadvantage.
What's happening?
I need perception checks from everybody, and if you've been drinking, then I need it to be at disadvantage.
14.
Yeah, Melia hasn't been drinking.
Does Melia feel different after attuning to the crystal?
Not yet. Dominus has been drinking?
No, he has advantage on perception.
Oh.
he's got a 19, but Jethro is like looking at books and shit and maps. He's not looking at nothing else.
Valeris, I need a perception check from you, please.
10.
Well, I guess we'll wait for Amanda. She was getting some ice cream last I looked.
Ooh. That's distracting. Disadvantage.
How do I roll with disadvantage? I can't remember.
Control?
Control, left click it?
Yeah, left control.
Left control and then click it. Yeah. You know, the way you do it.
Even if I'm proficient?
It's not about proficiency. It's about whether you've been drinking or not.
Yeah, but if I talk myself into it, it makes sense.
That doesn't work for me. I don't know.
What if she does a backflip?
Last time I talked myself into something, I wound up with a crystal in my back.
I'm pretty sure she's the first one that said, we're taking shots, right? So...
As she was pouring them?
It's not the... Okay, I poured them because... Oh, wow. You know what? This is being recorded, so I'm just gonna...
Mine's got a little extra mint in it.
Can we roll the tape?
Oh, is that the worst thing that's going to come out in this session?
Can we get a clip? Can we get a clip? Hi, Pixies. Welcome back.
That were ordered. All right.
Pixies,
and I have an
can
8.
I get a perception check from you? An 8 for Tura. Got it. Sammy, what's your beef?
14.
14. Okay, so two 14s.
Yay!
And a Dominus. Okay.
Dominus is so good.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say this doesn't apply to Dominus. So.
But he can telepathically tell me if it applies.
Well, this isn't.
As he said, it doesn't apply.
Dominus is a familiar, which is why it wouldn't apply to him.
Damn, but he's the goodest boy.
Out of curiosity, is this something that would perhaps surprise us?
A weapon of warning, by chance?
Not a weapon of warning situation.
Okay.
But Malia and Big C's, you, when there's like at one point during the night, like at separate occasions, both of you are just kind of staring out into the dark, and there's a flash of lightning, and in the dark you swear that you see a like a pair. Hold on, not a pair. It's like a set of 6 glowing eyes, like stacked in the way like a predator would have, like a cat or something that's staring at you, ready to pounce.
Okay. Based on my background, would I be familiar with creatures with eyes like that?
Make me a nature check.
Can I
Survival?
also do the same?
Home field advantage?
I'm gonna say no. It'd be nature.
16.
Oh, wait. Are we in your
Can
favorite terrain and your perception should have been at advantage?
Holy fuck! Holy shit, yeah, probably, because I remember I was like, forests are cool as shit.
Because you're like a fucking ranger?
Like, I think I am, yeah, hold on, let me... I probably should have... Beast... Forest, yes! I'm at advantage. I'm gonna roll again.
I believe you also get advantage on, like, knowledge checks within a forest as well, if I remember right.
Let me see. Proficiency bonus is doubled. Choose one of the favored terrain. Difficult, engage, traveling alone,
Did the bone
forage.
have eyes? No, it didn't have eyes. I'm trying to think of what creatures have eyes.
Can I
But you
also
said
roll
it's
a
not
nature
a weapon
check?
warning thing.
Say that again.
Can I also roll a nature check?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just read if I have advantage. Wait. If you're using a skill that you're proficient in. Wait, no.
Yeah, and when you make an intelligence or wisdom check related to your favorite terrain, you get expertise.
Oh, so your
Double
perception is
proficiency.
16 on this then. Because you guys have a +2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you get double proficiency. And
Use it
and
again.
if you do a nature check, you get double your proficiency on that check too.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh no, that was percent. Okay, never mind.
All right, go ahead and roll that nature check though.
You did. Got 9.
9.
So, hold on. I'm gonna show this to Leah and Bigsies. If I click Right, if I click show to players, is it only going to show it to the 2 players whose journals I put it in, or is it going to show it to everybody?
Only to the players that you give permission to see it. Unless you leave that blank, then it shows it to everyone.
Okay, so if I click this, did that show up for you?
Yay.
Unfortunately, yes. I'm not liking it, Nick. I'm not liking it.
Well, you just see it for an instant in a flash of the lightning,
And then it's gone.
and then it's gone.
Am I familiar
No.
with this kind of creature?
You would imagine that this is like it's like the twisted nightmare of a natural creature. So it's something
Not
unnatural is
Okay.
happening to these creatures.
Oh.
Whatever that was unnatural as hell.
Oh.
Can fuck.
When I look around and I see everyone else sleeping, do I see Malia looking around?
Well, this is just like during the part, like
I thought we were all like sleeping.
No, this is
that's-
just
yeah.
this is like it's getting to like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, like the lightning is like actually reached you, like everyone's been drinking, and like this is what you see, like as the night is getting, late. This is something that both you and her caught.
Was it walking towards us? Like its eyes were facing us, right?
It's like
But
it
then
was
disappeared?
watching you.
Can Milia fire an arrow into the forest, not hitting it, but just into the forest, see if they scatter or make any more noise?
Yeah, you can do that.
Warn us first.
I'm not going to hit them. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing, somewhat. Maybe. Hold on.
Is Trey still awake, or did he pass out by now?
Let me make a Constitution save for him. He's
Can I
getting
do a perception check to see if I
Trey.
salvage by the arrow?
Trey is getting way more drunk,
Okay.
but he's still he hasn't passed out yet. It's very visible watching Malia pull out her longbow and just shoot an arrow into the darkness.
Do I hear anything?
Target practice, Malia?
Sort of like that, I believe.
You don't see anything out in the darkness, Malia. Do you have dark vision?
I'm a human, so probably
You are not a human.
You're not a human.
No, I do not believe so. I keep forgetting that I'm not a human.
I don't think.
No,
they
I
have
don't
dark
think so. No.
I'm gonna turn to the person whoever's closest to me and just say, "We're not alone out here.
Oh,
Keep your
oh. Can I do something? Can I do something, Nick? It's very stupid, but I want to try it.
I love stupid.
Yeah, you very much can.
Okay. So I have mind link, right? Is it within 30 feet of me, these creatures?
No, they're not.
Fuck.
You also have a crystal you're attuned to. I don't know what the fuck that thing does.
Oh, shit. Yeah, wait, hold on. We're going to try to talk our way out of this. Let me...
Well, I think it has a shorter range than your innate ability.
We don't know that. Okay, intelligence score of 20... Wait, am I using my intelligence or the beast's intelligence?
Well, if you have an intelligence of 20, let me know.
Ah. Oh, yeah, no, this is not going to work for me. Yep. I mean, 30 feet, still not good. Okay, well, I'm out of ideas. She'll not kick the person. She'll point to the closest person that's right next to her to the forest. You know, ain't that creepy? I just saw something weird. It's not going to be there, is it?
That was definitely Tura who was actively talking to you.
Oh. No, I just... Weird things in the forest. Which?
Weird like what?
6 eyes. Kind of looks like a monstrosity. Very scary. Have you been seeing anything recently when you're on the turtle? The turtle?
Can I do some sort of check to see if I know what animal she's talking about or what beast?
You don't recall anything like out of the ordinary that like sticks out to you, really.
Oh, I mean, when I know of a beast with 6 eyes.
Oh, make a nature check.
That was a nature check for those who can speak
I'm
food.
eating a cookie. 17.
Kind of looks like a
I got you, buddy.
6 eyes, has like a tusks of like a boar almost, razor sharp teeth.
Do I know how to kill it?
There's nothing that you know of that's big like that has 6 eyes. You know, insects and other things like that have 6 eyes.
I mean, if something has 6 eyes, that sounds more like a bug. I can't imagine why it would be that big, though.
The thing that I saw was not a bug. Bugs are not furry.
Oh, God.
To my knowledge.
I saw it too. Only
Oh,
for a
God.
moment. And she'll point in the direction that it was. So I don't know if it's going to try anything, but we're definitely not alone.
Melia's going to ready a bow. Just in case that thing gets hostile in the next 5 minutes.
Do you know what that cool bow does yet?
No.
Sweet.
I've got an intelligence level of 8, baby. I barely know how to read. How about my wisdom? Oh, well.
Cyzeris would like to conjure up a mage hand to pick up like one of the lanterns about the tortoise bar and try and drift that out into the direction where she was pointed at whatever thing that moved to give everyone a little bit of a better like line of sight around the circumference of the turtle.
I mean, you do so. You don't see.
Yeah, with a 9, I'm not expecting to see anything, but
I mean, it's also raining.
Shedding some more light.
It's also raining, which makes it even more difficult to see things out in the dark.
Oh no!
Since she's got her longbow equipped, I want her to have sight at range.
Put on your fog lights, Cyzeris.
Well, I can cast control flames to make the flames brighter despite the rain.
I mean, since it is raining, we can set an arrow on fire and send it into the forest. It shouldn't burn.
And then it sizzles out by the time it hits the ground.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. I'm not being an arsonist. I'm just saying those are my options. Which
I'm not saying. I'm saying Cyzeris floats this lantern out into the darkness. It's very ghostly as it just hangs out there by this mage hand, shining this light, and you don't see any six-eyed creatures or anything other than just the rain falling on the leaves of the trees and the ancient ruins next to you.
Maybe we scared it off.
I doubt that. Were they in a pack or was it just one?
The thing that sticks out to you is that one set of 6 eyes.
One set of 6 eyes. So I only saw one. I only saw 6 eyes. Not 12, not 18.
Mm-hmm. You only saw 6. Only.
Does it see? Can she?
Perhaps, hear me out here. If there is something stalking us in the forest, maybe we shouldn't piss it off.
What if we already have?
Well, that seems like it would be your fault, Elia. You did just shoot at it.
I didn't shoot at it. I shot in the forest without disturbing it. I know what I'm doing.
Then what were you shooting at?
I was shooting at the forest.
That's awfully reckless.
All right.
Well, if we've angered it, then I guess all we can really do is sit and wait because it's coming for us either way. You don't know what it was?
No.
It was very unnatural. Very creepy. Six eyes, fluffy ears, teeth. Usual monster type, but there's something unnatural about it.
So how would you monster hunters typically go about hunting something like that?
Staying the fuck away from it.
We usually get in our group and we stick close together. Some would scout ahead and set traps. And then we would try and we would usually have information on its location, and then some of us would almost go around and have a trap point set, and the rest of us would kind of fan around the area and try and lure it towards that trap set, and then we could easily take it down because it would be surrounded and in a trap. It didn't always work, but it's a pretty useful method. However, in the range,
Pretty risky business.
we do usually try and get some information on the creature beforehand because, usually by the time we hear of it, it's been causing nuisance somewhere. So we kind of have a general idea on its weaknesses or what kind of things it's interested in, crops, cows, cattle, people, shinies, violence. They each have their own little ticks. But no, there's not ever a good exact science to it. It's mostly using your wits and making sure you're not stupid and do anything that you're not supposed to. It'll cause you to die.
Makes sense, I suppose.
Sometimes. Just keep your wits about you. Don't let your guard down, because it's there's something, whatever the fuck it is. I'm just gonna take a small little sip of a drink.
Alright. With that in mind, I'm just gonna be ready to attack with my sword. Or no, with my bow and arrow, if anything happens. I have it in aim. But apparently I can't see anything.
Mm-hmm. The rain is not ideal for hunting.
The captain comes up, says, "Well, I'm going to bed. Why is your bow out?"
There's something in the forest.
What?
There's a, like, you know, like none of the big, like, the predators around here, like, want to take on Turt, right?
Well, this one wasn't unusual. It had 6 eyes, fuzzy, large. Its eyes were kind of higher above the ground, so I can assume it's large, but it's really
Are you
dark.
sure you're not just, like, drunk and seeing 6?
No,
I have been that drunk before.
We're not that drunk.
You're not that drunk.
Well, good on you for taking first watch. Have a good night.
Wait, what?
You're taking first watch. You got your bow out. And you're not that drunk, which makes you the perfect candidate for first watch. Congratulations. And you know what? Take your blue-haired friend with you. Great.
I didn't volunteer.
Come on, Billy. I can trust your eyesight.
I don't think
you saw
you
it
need
too.
to volunteer.
Right. Yes.
I wouldn't fight Captain Tess.
No,
I wouldn't either.
Well, we should all get some rest then while you take watch at the very least if we're going to be attacked.
Might as well get it over with.
I'll stay on watch with you, Amelia. I saw it as well.
Thanks. Thank you.
You can at least trust your eyesight right now.
Who's the one with the blue hair? Sorry, breaking character.
Big C's.
It has blue hair. Got
She's
it.
blue hair. Oh, I guess we can.
Yeah, big sis.
We can show her pictures.
Yeah,
she doesn't know what we look like.
I guess I could show some pictures. Hold on, is your tokens better? Can it be better for this? Hold on, where are you guys? Let's do this. Hold on, I'm gonna do this. One moment.
Well,
There's a
we
slideshow
don't
on
mind
Twitch.
looking at Bindu's abs, so.
Stand by. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this.
He was already wearing the cloak or the mantle.
This is Malia.
He was. Wait, you didn't make it big on my screen.
There's nothing there.
I didn't do
there,
that?
There it went.
There it is.
Oh,
There it is.
Oh, okay. There's Malia.
Look at those eyes. Just looking out like there's 2 people looking through them.
And that's a magical bow she just got.
And then there's Valeris.
It's big.
And then there's Bindu.
Wait, is his
I like
nipple
super
pierced?
size.
Holy shit!
He's got a pierced nipple. He's got a bar.
That's a shiny
His
nipple.
belly button is
I
too.
don't think that's
It's
not
armor, guys.
I think that's a tassel for the
I was gonna say
from the
that's
robe.
a weird spot for a nipple to be.
And then there's Trey.
It's just belly George.
And then there's
You already see.
Zyzeris.
That's so good. Love that.
Okay. That is not what I was
A man of many masks.
And then there's Jethro.
Jethro.
Our resident nerd. And then there's
Yep.
Big Z's.
Blue-haired hottie.
Oh, she's got big ol' honkers, doesn't she?
Oh.
We need to talk about Big Z's
if you
big
look
ol'
at the-
tits more often. No, wait, no, I'm kidding.
I
mean-
also never noticed before.
I know, I
Melia
was
has a
like,
big
wait, I don't
window in
remember that
her-
at
in her
all.
armor.
She does.
Oh, she does.
Damn.
What were we talking about, Melia?
She's got a boob window.
Oh, yeah.
We could be boob.
And
I do
then-
too, but you can't see it. Haha.
And then there's Tura.
There she is.
Nice.
I love her eyes.
We should call ourselves the Hottie Squad.
Yes.
Do it for the daddies.
Please don't.
That we're allowed one, Rachel.
We're only
That
allowed
was
one
the
if
one
I say
session.
sorry. Which
So
I
we can only invoke our name once per session.
No.
The daddy squad.
Fuck.
Oh,
was
that was
two.
twice, Amanda.
I'm sorry.
We can't use that.
I'm sorry. As soon as I said, I was like, oh wait, no. Does everyone get one or just
And then
one
this
for
is
the group?
Dominus.
That's the goodest boy.
No one gets anything.
He is bigger than like half the party.
And that's the whole crew. Well,
So
no,
wait, there's a dog in this? I did not know
Yeah,
that.
my familiar Dominus.
Oh, awesome. I couldn't handle a familiar again. Pepper was too much work. I was so afraid for her all the time.
because
Dominus has actually saved two people's life already.
Pepper wasn't a familiar. Pepper was a pet. Pepper could have
That's fair.
died.
And she almost did.
Bryn died many days,
But
and I will never regret having
if
him.
Pepper died, there was no resummoning Pepper.
Yeah.
No.
I spent a lot of money on Bryn.
Yeah, we haven't come to that story point for Dominus yet.
Oh no, we can't. He's the goodest boy.
Does he have plot? Does Dominus have plot armor?
Yes,
Yes,
Because he's a dog.
because he exists outside of time and
Oh,
space.
I get it. So dogs get plot armor, but itty bitty boy who is a
Is your cat?
doesn't get
Is
plot
your
armor.
cat dead?
That sounds fair.
Is your cat dead?
He survived. He
Came
just got
very
taken.
close, Nick. Came very
Is
plot armor.
he dead?
Not for lack of trying.
It's only because dogs are better than cats. That's all.
That is
Ooh.
incorrect.
That,
Yes.
I would have to disagree with you.
Incorrect.
These are facts.
And a fight breaks out on the turf.
Because
party
some of
was
us have
split.
named their cats DOG, as in a dog because they're good pets.
No, it's because I had to smuggle him into the house.
As a dog.
And it's a her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
She's
happening
a good
right
boy
now?
too.
Wait, what?
Wonderful cat.
What demonic ritual was happening on my screen?
Malia's
What the
doing
fuck?
her
No.
star
No.
rituals.
I don't know. You keep putting me on this bone naga, and I don't appreciate it.
Where?
He keeps putting me back on the temple.
I
You
keep
scroll down.
I know, but I just keep coming back to the screen. I keep seeing nagas, and I'm like, oh god, I'm freaking out.
Do you want me to delete the token?
No.
Yes. No.
Send it to the GM layer. There you go.
Oh
No,
no!
I need
History has been erased.
Aha!
just like that. We were never there. Or it just went
Look
back
at
to
my
bed.
power and despair.
The temple reset. We have to beat the boss again.
Oh no, we gotta beat
The instance reset.
We gotta beat all the ads again.
Yeah, the instance reset. Well,
Is it Wednesday morning already?
the captain is going to bed and has designated who's on first watch. What are the rest of y'all doing? Are we gonna continue our campfire scene here?
I still don't
most
know.
of the-
Jethro rolled a 2. He still doesn't know what's going on,
As
so he's
most of
still
the-
just humming.
Most of the pirates go to bed, and it just
I'm
kind
gonna
of leaves.
prestidigitation in my kitchen and go to sleep. Good night. I'm gonna get some rest before that thing gets here because I have a feeling that might be a bed.
I'm looking around, like pacing around the edges of the turtle, kind of making
Melia's
sure.
Melia's doing the same thing, going counterclockwise of Bixie's wandering. If that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're
Sure.
pacing.
Valeris is going to continue drinking just for a little bit. She wants to see if she can just outdrink Trey just a little bit.
All right, make me con save.
Trey's got a sponge in his cheek.
Oh, she's done. She's
Oh,
already done.
She's done.
She's slowly been drinking throughout the night and did not realize she's drank so much.
She stood up.
Yeah, Trey probably has at least 2 more in him, so you definitely lose this round as you just kind of pass out, and you're like in the booth there, like next to Trey.
She's just like her face is just planted on the table.
Yeah,
and she
exactly. And Trey's just like, I win. Alright, well, Malia and Bixies, make me perception checks for your watch.
okay, please.
Zyzeris, what are you up to? I think you're the only person I haven't heard from.
Yes.
21
Oh,
and
he's-
perceptive. Sorry.
23. I think it's a 23. Because I double my perception or
It's
my
20.
Be 20.
Dirty 20.
20.
You're going to get +2 in the
Oh,
forest.
+2. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that.
Cyzaris is probably settled in around one of the edges of the turtle, like with his feet dangling off of one of the porches. And he's just slowly carving a rune into one of the hilts of a dagger. Just slowly, like, not quite tired enough to fall asleep after just being told that there could be, like, deadly monsters just lurking nearby. And so he's just, like, passing the time, basically, anticipating a fight.
Okay. Well, you can also make a perception check then. So a 21, a dirty 20, and 17. Not bad for
17.
not bad for Zyzeris.
Ryan, good roll.
None of you perceive any danger throughout your watch.
Nice.
You do notice that the 3 of you are the only 3 really that are still awake, as Trey quickly passes out after Valeris does. As the rain continues to fall.
So we don't see any signs of it or anything throughout our watch?
No?
Okay.
As Nick, as the watch goes on, Melia is going to fiddle with the crystal in her hands and try to talk to Alfred and see if he's responding, because maybe the crystal is dampening his, I don't know, his power, life force. Is there anything different as she tries to talk to Alfred in her mind?
Has her mind been quiet for a while?
Yes.
So the crystal grants you telepathy for as long as you remain attuned to it. I'm gonna say, like, as you kind of focus on this, you hear Alfred, that normal kind of just, well, sister, what is it that you want this time? But this time, instead of you just, like, futilely yelling at him, you feel like you're able to actually, like, it's like you're in the same room and you're able to talk to him.
Ah, shit.
It's instead of like over the phone, it's like you're face to face.
Yeah, exactly. Or even, like, sending pages to one another with, like, code and trying to decode them. That's what it's kind of been up to this point. A lot of voicemails.
Always left on red.
I mean, I think with that, she'd yell, "Holy shit," accidentally drop the crystal, quickly pick it up and pocket it. She doesn't want to talk to her brother in that way. Not just yet. No, thank you.
put him on read. Woo.
Pixies and Cyzeros, what are the two of you doing?
I was on watch.
Well, nothing seems to be out of place. Who was taking second watch?
I was going to get. So wait, did Cyzeros? He wasn't part of the first watch, was he? He was.
He wasn't officially
No.
assigned, but
Officially?
he
Okay.
wasn't sleeping. As
Okay.
you were
Just awake.
As you were walking around, you noticed he was
still
just
awake.
his feet were dangling off the edge, and he was just not asleep.
Elves only need 4 hours, right? So I can take
Mhm.
2 watches.
Yeah. If
Okay.
you want to take second watch.
Yeah, Bigsy wants to stay awake for the second watch. She will go to Malia and say, "It's okay, I'll cover the next watch." Get some rest. And Cyzeros, he's still unofficially awake. But,
Yep.
Okay, because Trey and Valeris both drank themselves to sleep.
Correct. Bindu went to bed on his own accord.
Yeah, but he's like not here. quote
Yeah,
unquote.
he was studying the robe of the abbot and attuning with it.
So,
The robe of the abs? What?
No.
Ab and butt.
Ab
butt.
butt. Oh my
Ab
god,
butt.
he's got a fitness
Ah!
towel as an item.
Well, have a good night.
I guess Dixie's would probably wake up Jethro then, since he was the most sober and flames of the abbots. I love that. Oh. Oh God. Okay. Because she doesn't know Turi enough to wake her up to like do the watch, so I think it has to be Jethro because she was gonna do Cyzeros, but he was already awake, so he needs sleep too. So she's gonna go for Jethro. She'll stay up with Jethro for the next watch. Jethro.
Oh,
Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to start.
hello.
Yeah. It's still raining.
Sorry, I was just reciting the elements in my sleep.
I heard a couple of them. You were very. I thought it was like talking in your sleep, but I guess it's the same thing.
Well, there's antimony and arsenic and aluminum and selenium and hydrogen and oxygen and nitrogen and rhenium and nickel and iodium and neptunium, germanium
Yeah.
and iron and american and ruthenium and uranium.
That's some of them, I think.
Yes, that's like a quarter.
So yeah, that's
I'm sorry.
Would you like?
Are we on watch? We're on a turtle. What are we watching?
Well, there was.
What are we watching for?
Anything unusual? Well, I mean more unusual. She's gonna gesture towards the large turtle. You know, like threatening. Anything threatening. Anything you think might be. Just let me know, and I'm right here with you. But like there was that creature earlier.
Of course.
So.
Of course. Yes, I will let you know if something threatens me.
Actually, I do have a question, since you're awake now, and you seem pretty knowledgeable, and I have just really, really, really bad vibes from the thing that happened earlier. What kind of magics would it take to create, like, is that something people could do? Like, make monsters? I mean, I've always had to deal with, like, natural beasts, and, you know, they pop up in the world, and that's fine, but, like, you know, something man-made type evil creature? Is that something you've heard of? It's not really in my parts of the world, but you know, with your robes and knowledge and stuff.
Well, I will say, in
yes.
your part of the world, there's also a lot of UNT created monsters running around.
So it's not super unusual.
Not entirely.
Okay. But they're UNT ones, so...
There are some ones that you're familiar with from your neck of the woods. This isn't one of them.
But this, okay. So are you familiar
in general
with creatures people make? Like, I mean, you know, like, because, you know, like, there's ones that you're like, oh yeah, no, that one's definitely from Fred down the road. He's at it again. But, like, you know, this one's different.
Yes, generally those that are of a fantastical nature are that of the school of conjuration. Not my main school of expertise, but I have dabbled a little bit. Dominus is a form of conjuration. He is summoned from a different dimension in order to assist me. I would assume if it's not a natural occurring creature, that it has been conjured from another plane or from the figment of someone's imagination. Can you describe the creature that you are so concerned about?
Well, it had 6 eyes, and she's gonna like point to her forehead, point to her regular eyes, and like point to her cheekbones, like all lined up right on top of each other. They were narrow slits in it. They glowed this eerie blue color, which I don't know if that was the flash of lightning reflecting off of them, or if they were actually blue. It had really snarly teeth, slobbery.
Was it like a reflective? Was it like a reflective blue?
I couldn't tell
It's similar to like a cat's eyes when they have candlelight in front of them.
Well, that's the
They
hard part.
reflect the light.
Because it was just a flash, so I'm not sure if it was like a reflective from the flash or if they were glowing. You know, it was there and then it was gone, almost.
But
like,
it was blue. Okay.
I think it was
6
blue, yeah.
blue eyes. Got
Blue
it.
eyes. And then it was really wet, but I could tell it did have fur, but it was like dripping, and so I don't know if it was drooling a lot or if it was just like, you know, really that monstrous. If it was water running off of its face or if it was drool, but it did have pointy teeth and dark wet fur. And ears.
It had fur. Now the eyes, were they 2 sets of 3, as in 2 vertical lines of 3 eyes, or was it more of a hexagonal pattern where there was
they
2
were
in the
lined.
center and they
were
spread?
lined. Like,
In a line.
Yep.
Okay. So fur, potentially blue eyes, and 6 eyes.
6 eyes, yes. That's how many I saw in the flash.
Did you by chance catch how many limbs were attached to these eyes?
It was really hard because it's like I saw its head, but like the rest of its body was kind of hard to make out in that split second because, you know, it's not like the lightning and then it was gone in the darkness. I do know that it had 2 legs in the front. Like I could see its head was attached, but I don't know if it had limbs behind it or maybe it was just a 2-legged monstrosity. You know, it was dark. I couldn't tell how big the body was behind it. It was just a head, and it was definitely standing.
It could have been an eldritch chihuahua, but I have
you
a
say
feeling that
it was bigger, smaller.
It's about the size of Dominus.
It was about the size of Dominus.
a pretty big creature.
It was
Okay.
big, yes. So maybe not a chihuahua. It was big.
Jethro's gonna pull a book, see if he can pull a book on animals, and see if he can find any kind of information on it. I'm guessing it's a nature check.
Big Z's can tell you it's not a natural animal.
Yeah, it's
Not a natural animal.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got the goosebumps from looking at it because Azusa didn't say anything either, and she's usually pretty on point with these things. So,
All right. I will consult Casimir Ironheart's Scholar of Beast Compendium Study of Fantastical Creatures. Perhaps it's outside of nature and it might be in there.
I would like to roll whatever appropriate knowledge check. I have all of them.
whatever appropriate.
Arcana?
I got you, buddy.
That's his favorite one.
I'm gonna roll this with my book guidance. I don't think I'm gonna need it, but let's add a D4 for the just for the hell. How about another 27?
Shit, dude. Jethro knows things.
Yes, it's right here in my book.
Blue
Like-
eyes, you said.
There's a number of like abominations, aberrations, monstrosities, you know, all sorts of things. Like you could go down the list that could meet a number of these criteria. The weird, like it being there 1 second and not there the next second makes you think that it's some kind of illusion or shadow or you know, undead, like a ghost or something like that. And then you kind of arrive on, well, there are nightmarish creatures.
Perhaps from the Shadowfell? Shadow Realm? I don't know. What are we using for what's our anti-verse?
You could say Shadowfell. I'm fine with that.
A negative plane?
Shadowfell makes things easy because that's what everyone knows.
Shadowfell.
It's the Shadow Realm. I've been watching a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh lately, and that's been coming up.
From the Shadow Realm.
From the Shadow Realm.
But like, yeah, or even just like created from like the literal nightmares of people also.
But with that 27, would I know if it's specifically tied to UNT or if it's just a creature of like shadow myth?
You don't know
For
any
instance.
specific UNT
Nothing
creatures,
specific, okay.
like say a Naga or like, you know, other creatures that are just like they created this creature.
It doesn't have those scaly vibes.
Not anything specific, but you know, you guys have learned never put anything
dabbled.
past them.
They dabbled in a lot of crazy shit.
A lot of crazy shit.
Oh, Vixus, I have a feeling that this is obviously not a natural creature. This is something, I believe, that is summoned and it's drawn to our plane of existence. From a shadowy plane that is concurrent to our own, but slightly underneath. It is something that is watching us. Someone knows we are here. And I have a feeling, considering the things that I've dealt with in the last couple weeks, it might have a tie to the Nightmare Whisperer. Which, now that I think about it,
What?
there was inside the temple, there was a shrine or plaque saying something along the lines of the Nightmare Whisperer to the right of the entryway. One was in silence and one was in UNT. It's potential. Focus. It's not from this plane. It's from the shadow plane. It is not a natural, which could only mean that there is either a rift between our plane and the shadow plane, highly unlikely, or someone had dragged this creature in to observe either us or the turtle pirate or the turtle itself. It's unclear, but we are being watched, and this creature is, considering it's got 6 eyes, elongated form, fur, and large paws. It is a hunter, so it is tracking us.
I mean, I know you can't have that answer, but where the fuck did it come from? Why is it tracking us? What did we do? Other than disturb the tomb.
I don't know.
I know.
If it does involve the Nightmare Whisperer, it could be my fault. If it's involving anything else, not my fault.
Well, now at least
But
you
I
know
think
what
we're
to look
fine.
for.
I mean, we got Traven here. He's good in a fight.
In his sleep, Traven goes and takes a
I
swing
mean,
at something.
even when he's smashed, he's like twice the fighter than I am. So
Malia, you as you end your watch and you fall asleep, well, you're pretty tired. It's been a long day.
It's been a very long day.
So you do finally fall asleep. Your brother's voice goes away, and you're left with just the peaceful bliss of sleep. and as you sleep, you dream. In your dream, you're well, like what's like your favorite place to go when you dream?
In her hut.
So you're back in your hut. Little itty bitty boy is there.
Yeah.
You're that it's that day after Bindu left, and his smell is still lingering there.
Yeah.
And you know, you're just it's been an interesting day, and you look out the window of your hut, and outside of the window of your hut, you see a set of 6 glowing eyes.
What the fuck?
And that's where we're gonna end the session.
What?
What did you do?
Well, series of bad decisions, honestly, but I'm having fun.
Wait, whose dream was that?
That was mine.
Melia's.
Amelia.
Okay. Thank you.
I mean, we got 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes. Come on. Let's see what this does.
No, that's it. That's where I wanted to end it. So that's where we're gonna end it. And I guess I gotta add Tura to this slide out here. Well, one moment.
Oh, hey, Tura, if you have a picture of your father, that'd be really great.
I stressed to her the importance of this.
Honestly, okay, I will consider it. I'll think
Thank
it
you.
over.
I showed her all the dads.
I showed her all the dads. It's
Dad
important.
board.
Well, she's sort of modeled after like, has anyone ever seen the show Vikings?
Yeah.
No.
So
Yeah.
I'm thinking like her dad would be something like some sort of like a grizzled, like a Viking-like kind of dude, but also like kind of like that. Maybe not as white, but they're all white, so you know what are you gonna do?
I mean,
Like
they're Viking. Yeah.
Ragnar Lothbrok.
Perfect.
But is he hot enough, dad-wise?
Dude,
'Cause,
Ragnar is super
No, he's
hot.
pretty hot.
Yes.
Yeah, it's okay.
Fair enough. If the guys even say so, then I guess he counts.
He's in.
You know,
He's
2 of my characters have been attacked in their dreams, so I think this is a reoccurring thing.
in. Soon Rachel's gonna have literal
2 of
nightmares.
them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not even your dreams are safe.
I mean, I have 2 full characters based off Ragnar, so I'm game.
Oh, and this is perfect too, actually, as a photo, because she takes her father's sword from like the ashes of her village. So perfect.
So good.
you go after Traven. Okay. And then let's see. You got a character sheet down here that I'm gonna move.
What are you doing?
I'm making you a PC folder in the
It's official.
Oh,
thing.
Oh God, I've got to edit your name
Does
block
your
now.
father have a name?
I didn't actually come up. I hadn't gotten that far yet with all the naming and everything. I can think on it though.
Aisha Gatafar? That's what
Tyrion?
I got. Aisha Gatafar.
I think.
I
Hold
haven't
on.
gotten far.
Well,
Uhtred
hold on.
Ragnarsson.
I might have actually.
Did you just say Uhtred?
Uhtred
Oh, Uhtred. Okay.
of Northumbria.
Ultra Ragnar son.
And does your name have 1 R or 2 R's?
It's 2 now.
Okay. All right. So anybody who's seen Vikings knows that there's an actual character named Tura, and it is spelled the way I've spelled it, as just pronounced Tura. That's it.
Well, no, you have it spelled 2 different ways. You have it spelled
hold on. What?
T-Y-R-A down here in your character
I
thing.
spelled it Tyra. I don't know what you did when you were.
And it's not
writing things
Terra,
down,
it's
but
Tura.
Tura. Yeah, like Turanium. No, it's not helpful.
No,
that,
no,
that
that
helped
is.
me
I
a
got
lot.
it.
As soon as you said, when you said extraterrestrial, I was like, oh, I'm gonna remember that.
I did that, and I spelt it wrong, and now I got it right.
Okay.
Yay!
So what is your dad's name? Your hot dad's name?
If you need help, I've got a family tree that you can
God.
base it off of.
No. Okay. Do I need to decide this right this second, Nicholas?
No, you don't decide
No.
right this second. No.
Ooh, full name.
I'm
Full
gonna
shit.
name him. I'm gonna name him
It
Pop.
just makes his life easier.
I'm gonna name him Papa Idun and leave it at that.
Temporarily.
Ooh,
this
I
is
do.
this is simply for the
Nice.
purpose of space filling. I see.
He didn't.
This is why this is so important. I get it.
So there you go. We have Papa
So
Idun.
now, if you don't think of a name, it's forever Papa I do.
Oh God.
It's Papa I don't.
What did Viking call their dads? Like, did they, have like a
Father.
Like a
Father.
equivalent? Father, just in Old Norse.
Oh yes, father.
Father.
I don't speak Swedish, so I don't know.
Yeah, the father over there. Oh, I love my father.
My Faja.
Oh,
That's
I
part of
do.
the
You know,
problem with Tura having an accent. I don't know. I don't like any of the options, the accent wise, because they're all like really gravelly,
the one Swedish YouTuber I know, not PewDiePie, he says Papa for his father.
Ha! Nailed it. Didn't even do that on purpose.
Yeah, he's always like, "Hello, Papa," and then he starts his videos when he does stuff with his dad.
Aw.
So I would assume Papa is a very Swedish, endearing term for their father.
You know what? Hey, one of the ideas that I did write down, I knew I wrote this down somewhere, was Turin, Tyran for the dad. So Turin would be what I was thinking.
Ooh, Tura and Turin. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Turin.
Tyran.
Tyra.
Get ready, Dick. More
Trajan.
syllables and apostrophes.
God, if there's one thing in
Surprisingly-
this world I don't need more of, it's apostrophes.
Oh my God, Evie, have you seen Jethro's family tree?
Oh God.
No.
Hold on.
Oh my God.
Half
Which
the people
page?
that we encounter.
Which page?
Oh no, I'm
Did
scared.
it update? Okay, it updated. All right.
I made an incredible family tree for Jethro.
It's
Like,
extensive.
I got 3 generations and like a ton of cousins and shit.
All right. There we go. Turin can go up there on the slideshow of Do It for the Dads.
Oh, did you already
Do the dads? What? Oh, cool.
Oh, I don't actually have the dads anywhere on my
You need that
NPCs.
meme. That meme needs to be saved and shared
on, I got it.
repeatedly.
You know what we need?
There's
We
a
need
meme?
we need
There's
a
a meme.
barbecue.
There's a meme.
We need a barbecue that just our dads show up to and they have their own thing.
Oh, we can
Oh,
send them letters and be like, Dad, you gotta meet
Yeah.
someone. I can send my dad's
Exactly.
ashes.
Parents
And they
Day.
play cornhole together.
Do it for them.
See, there's a
Okay.
perfect spot for him too.
Yes, I'm putting that in.
Either bottom middle left or top left.
Well, I mean, there's kind of like outlines on it.
Oh,
of,
that's
like,
true.
the
That's
actual
true.
thing.
Are we gonna start adding mentors to this list too? Like, does Thelonious get
Yeah.
added to this?
Yeah,
Are
you're
you
gonna need a
father
bigger
figures?
canvas there, Nick.
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Agark was kind of hot.
I don't know, guys. If we do that,
I mean,
then we have
Nelia's
to add
uncle is on there,
Zabuza.
so.
Hey, do it for Zabuza.
Wait, was Zabuza the weird guy who was obviously evil?
Yep.
He's not
Yes.
evil.
He wasn't
He was
always
fucking
evil.
evil.
I would say he was like evil, like I don't know, neutral evil. I don't know. He was kind of weird.
He was just
think
neutral,
Cap-
weird.
He was just neutral weird.
I think Captain Darkwater deserved a spot on there.
Ooh.
I only have
I
2
love
more
Captain Darkwater.
spaces.
But there's so many.
Look, you get one. Oh no!
You cannot
no, I'm
put
not.
him
I'm
on
not.
there,
I'm not.
Phoebe.
I'm not. I refuse. No, thank you.
I
feel like-
suppose. I haven't decided what my seer actually looks like. It's just like I
It
assume
did
my seer
not
is
look
ugly.
like that.
He looks like the dude from Pan's Labyrinth.
Do you lick?
Yeah,
do you let
he
him?
does.
Do you lick his shit?
Does he lick your palm and then he gets like psychic powers based on your sweat glands?
I think it's really important that he and I have boundaries. Yeah, in all things.
So only up to the wrist.
All right, it's official. Tura is part of the party now that her dad has been added to the Do It For Them slide.
The Dilf board.
And I thought the UNT
Dilf
were
board.
rigged. Oh, fuck.
And I dragged you all into my revenge plot. This is awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, you dragged
that is
them.
tame. That
Yeah.
is so tame compared to everything else we got going on.
Yeah. You really dragged Bigsy's kicking and screaming into that revenge plot.
Yeah, Valeria's so
the first time I
funny.
saw her
Yes.
after 20 years, she was like, I gotta kill somebody. I'm like, okay.
Look, guys,
All right.
Help
sometimes
me,
it's
help
the only
you.
way.
It's the
I
only
can-
way. Sure.
I can identify with that energy, though. Yeah.
I
Tura's
want to
very much
kill
into that.
Gooter Curl. Done. I didn't even tell you anything. Done.
Done.
Say
Let me
less.
just wheel my ass down a giant mountain and let's go
Let's
kill
go
a dude.
right now.
Right now.
Why should I trust you?
Don't
You
even
should.
need supplies. We'll get there.
Right now. Go call your sister.
Yep, and I'm calling you Bix from now on. It's
That's
happening.
fine. She needed a nickname.
Oh my god, that's gonna piss off Malia. You already got a nickname
I have a feeling
for
we're
it. What?
like next.
I'm trying to be friendly in this
You're-
campaign.
Oh well, the jealousy
You
is
have to
about.
kill Big Sis's rival.
Look.
You're gonna be so jealous of Tura. I feel like.
Melia is nice. It's the other half that Big C, like, I was talking to Nick and Ryan, and I was like, I feel like a dickhead to Rachel's character, but I was like, but if you look at it in Big C's eyes, I was like, when she was kids, Melia wouldn't, like, Big C's went out of her way to invite her to sit with them at the campfire, and Melia was too good for them, and then the next time she saw it, she basically had a conversation with, oh god, I forgot his name.
Alfred.
Alfred. And he was a complete asshole in Melia's body. And then, like, they go through the mountain, and Melia doesn't really talk too much to Big C's, which was fine. But then the next time, like, they have, like, conversation, it was with Alfred again. And so it's like almost every interaction she's had with Melia was technically an interaction with Alfred, or when they were kids and she just completely ignored Big C's and didn't want to be around her. And I was like, okay, well, never mind then. So it's like, I'm like, Big C's just has had bad interactions with her, and I'm sorry. But then, when you explain the, like, soul thing, Big C's can understand that. And I'm like, okay, Big C's can understand that, and she's gonna try. But also, it's gonna be hard, because every interaction she's had has been negative because of Alfred.
No, that's fair.
But Melia's nice. Melia's really nice. Big C's
I'm
is
really
trying.
I'm really trying this campaign to be friendly and to not be an arsonist. And really, that arsonist thing. Oh,
I'm
real
so glad
hard,
there was
guys.
rain.
That's the
Oh my
hard
God,
part.
It saved
It's
you
the
from
hard
yourself.
It is because I'm like, this will be easily solved if we burn down the forest. There are no spiritual entanglements here, like no king. I could
But
do it.
if you burn down the forest, you can't be friends with Big Sis because she's a druid.
Ah, fuck.
I would
God,
be
curb
very
your
offended if you
enthusiasm.
hurt the trees.
It depends. What's
I don't know.
the
Maybe
purpose?
fire's into it.
I mean, fire might be
Ooh, the
fine.
dead one. Yeah, I'll
The
appeal to
dead
the dead
one.
one. That'll work.
It's the namesake.
It's the namesake.
God, I really want to set fire to something. I really do.
You
Like,
must be strong.
I'm trying.
You
So,
can set
who's on
fire
third
to
watch?
The campfire.
Gotta let her do a one shot where she gets to set fire to something.
Pyromaniacs.
Just
Summer, just because I really want Rachel and Amanda to know, can you would you mind revealing to them what you perceived in
yes.
Bixie's bag?
Oh. I actually forgot because Polaris wanted to talk to Bixie's about it, but she noticed that Bixie's has a cabbage in her backpack.
A
Pixis
cabbage!
has a cabbage!
Oh my god, Beck!
It goes everywhere with her.
Fuck yes!
She regularly uses druidcraft to keep it ripe. So that cabbage goes everywhere.
What was Vex's accent? I cannot remember.
It kind of talks like
The world will never know.
Oh, it's talking like this, kind of like a kid.
You know, you could just rewatch the episode and get more views.
He kind of talks a little bit like this.
I really could.
You really like cabbage? That was not the accent either.
You like cabbage?
Oh no, I think I
Australian.
No, he was not Jamaican. Vec was not Jamaican.
No, he liked cabbages.
Cabbages.
Cabbage.
It's verging South African.
I think it was like that.
I distinctly remember it being close to like kind of New Zealand.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
It was more Australian than it was.
That's what I'm saying. It was like an
Australian.
Australian. It was an Australian accent. Yeah.
And because
he was a Kiwi, but he sold cabbages.
Cabbages.
Because I couldn't hold on to that accent for shit, it just kept changing. I'm like, oh fuck it, who cares anymore?
I could do Bastion's accent all day, no matter how many drinks I have.
Probably not going to affect y'all. But
everything affects Jethro.
Oh, okay. But I'm heading to Vegas the 15th through